Ahora. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now live. What is going on, everyone? Happy Thursday to you all. It is August the 3rd, Thursday. We are live here with a live edition of Around the Point. I know it's been a while. Holy crap. It's feel like, it's definitely been a while since we've done an episode of Around the Point, but here we are. This is the SummerSlam preview edition of Around the Point. What's going on, everyone? If you are new to the
SummerSlam preview.
Sorry, Steve. My bad, Steve. My bad. I was trying
good.
to say something.
Okay. If you are new to the Around the Point Network channel, please hit that subscribe button down below. Give this video a big old thumbs up. Share it through social media. Hit that bell notification. You'll be notified when we go live, literally every day. And of course, if you're feeling generous, we would hit the super chat that you'll see in the bottom of the chat, and it'll guarantee that your message or your comment will be read on the air. But what's up, y'all? I am that Peruvian Fight TV extraordinaire. I am Steve. What's going on, everyone? I am excited. Tomorrow, I make the flight. I take my flight tomorrow to Detroit, and I'll be joining the good brother, the pride of Detroit, Big Mike. What's going on, man?
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's gonna be cinema tomorrow, I guess.
Like the kids say, it's cinema. Yeah. Of course, we're joined by the good brother, Chase Oliver from beautiful California. What's going on, bro? How you doing?
Nothing much. Just getting ready mentally and physically for tribal combat. I know I'm not going to be in it, but our tribal chief is, and I have to be there. I have to support. I have to manifest all the energy. It's going to be an emotional Saturday night. I don't know how you guys are going to be in the arena. I've been going on a SummerSlam streak. I've been to the last two SummerSlams. I couldn't be there for this one because it would have been too emotional for me. I can't watch this beat down live. It would just hurt me too much. So, but yeah, I'm supporting the tribal chief in spirit, as always.
So like spirit, like you're giving like the spirit bomb, like you're just giving them your energy from California.
Yeah, exactly. When I throw up the one, Roman Reigns knows, man. Like he saw me at VIP 219. He looked up at WrestleMania. He saw me throw up the one in a sea of a bunch of American nightmare holics, and he said, "I ain't letting you down." And I knew he wasn't going to let me down because he's my tribal chief. So, come on, man.
And of course, we're joined here by Justin. Welcome back, man. The last time you were here, we were doing the watch along to the UEFA Champions League finals. And now here you are again, man. What's going on, brother? How you been, man?
I am good. I will be proverbially outside of Ford Field with my picket fence and everything like SAG after being like, why isn't Becky Lynch and Trish Stratus on this card? Justice for the women.
Okay. I dig that. And what's going on, everyone in the chat? What's going on? We got Alan writing here. What's up, good brothers? What's up with you, man? What's going on, doctor? What's up, ATP? What's going on, man? He also writes here, Roman's the GOAT. Roman the GOAT, Chase. He put his thumb up. Put the one up. Who's ready for tribal combat? Jay gets humble Saturday by our tribal chief.
Of course, it's going to happen. I mean, let's just be real.
And of course, what's going on, Armand and the frantic world. So, man, listen, like we said before, man, it's going down this Saturday. We cannot wait. Whether you're watching it from home, whether you're going to be there in Ford Field, or however it goes down, man. Again, SummerSlam is the second biggest show of the year for WWE. And, every single month, it feels like they've been hitting it out of the park with these premium live events. It really hasn't been like a bad one throughout this year. Everyone seemed to hit, I do feel that that momentum will continue as we go forward, even into this event and all that stuff. Justin, what about you, man? Are you excited for this show, man?
I am very excited for the show. This is the 1 year anniversary of last year's SummerSlam, where we were heading into that. The great unknown, Vince McMahon was getting pushed out of the company. Triple H taking over a larger role, Stephanie McMahon taking over a larger role, Nick Khan taking over a larger role, and we didn't know what to make of SummerSlam or what would come out of it. And then all we've seen is just like, honestly, the best year WWE's ever done, where you're hearing about record-breaking numbers for Raw, for SmackDown, for live shows. The PLEs, like you said perfectly, they haven't missed. They've been going in around the country. They've been going outside the country. They've been going worldwide. Clash at the Castle, Money in the Bank, Backlash, and it's just like bigger and bigger. So now this is like a year culminating of that growth, really, and I'm just pumped for it. Plus, I personally love SummerSlam. This is my favorite pay-per-view in the WWE calendar year.
I hear you, bro. I've been to a couple of myself. I've been to two. So this is finally my third one that I'm going to. Being there live is going to be just a vibe in itself. Speaking of which, Big Mike, how about you, man? It's finally coming to your city, man. What's going through your mind, man, as we getting close to the day, man?
Man, really, this is one of the big shows that I wanted to see. I'm happy that we got SummerSlam. I think this completes our big shows here in Detroit for the Big Four. We had WrestleMania. We had Survivor Series a couple times, 90s and 2000s. We had a Royal Rumble in 09, and now we get a SummerSlam. So this completes it. And I'm happy.
That's awesome, brother. Chase, what about you, man? You've been to two of them in the last 2 years. You've been to the last two, and this time you're watching it from home. How do you feel about this show, man, overall?
I think this show will definitely deliver match-wise. Storyline-wise, it's more of like I got to see how the matches play out. But match-wise, it's going to deliver. It's going to be a good show. I like Justin said, it's been like a whole year of like just red-hot WWE action for the PLE side of things. Like if you just watch WWE PLEs, WWE is like batting 1,000. Like you can't complain. Like, yeah, maybe some PLEs are a little bit bad to work. Like I wasn't the biggest fan of Money in the Bank compared to everyone else, but that show still did very well in terms of the numbers and stuff. So yeah, I'm actually looking forward to this show. Like Justin, SummerSlam is my favorite pay-per-view of the year. I mean, hell, I traveled out to see two of them. I always just feel SummerSlam is that one show where it's like, it's for the real wrestling fans. It's like it's a weird cliche to say, but it's for like the reason why we watch WWE year in year out. Like we're not the ones tuning out after WrestleMania. We stay, we watch, we go through the paybacks, the fast lanes, whatever BS pay-per-view WWE makes up, the fatal four ways, then stuff like that. We go through these bad pay-per-views, and then we get to SummerSlam, and there's that one match we all like circle saying that's going to be the match of the night. Like whether it's AJ Styles versus John Cena, or like CM Punk versus Brock Lesnar, Daniel Bryan versus John Cena. It's like one of those pay-per-views where it just feels like, this is why you're a wrestling fan during the summertime. You could be doing anything else, but you stuck with the WWE and you're watching this. And like I said, it's one of those ones where it's like, hey, if you want to make a vacation like you did, Steve, you guys are traveling out to Detroit to go to the pay-per-view. It's a pay-per-view that you can actually like plan a trip around, like I did. I went to, like, granted, yes, I go to Vegas often, but I went to Nashville last year to go to SummerSlam, but also to hang out there. I've never been to Nashville. It's like, oh, cool. I could kill two birds with one stone, actually enjoy Nashville as an adult and go to SummerSlam. So yeah, that's why I think SummerSlam is my favorite. Yes, WrestleMania is a spectacle, the showcase, but SummerSlam, it's really for us tried and true WWE or just wrestling fans in general. Like we stick around. We don't leave after WrestleMania. We don't say, all right, I'll see you in January. We stay for the BS. And then this is around the time I start checking out of WWE because NFL season's coming up, so I gotta pay attention more to that than I do. And I'm like my tribal chief. When he takes a vacation, I do too. So I take vacations along with my tribal chief. So
absolutely, yes. And again, there's a lot of things, and there's a lot at stake for the tribal chief, in tribal combat, which we'll get into as we get through these predictions. But everyone in the chat, let us know, what match are you looking more forward to the most, and also, as we're predicting, give us your prediction as well. I'm reading the chat here. Again, thank you guys as always for tuning in. Will writes here, every time I hear Triple H talk, I hear Chase doing it.
That's what you call a great impression.
What do you know, man? Maybe I just talked to Triple H once and I just know what he says. Who knows? It's crazy, man. Can't wait. You know, sure, it won't be the biggest wrestling event of the year, but at least we're not a secondary promotion.
I hear that, man. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Paul.
Don't forget the point.
Yeah, the point.
Exactly. Yes.
Do you think Triple H saw that picture that he did with Rush? He goes, "We gotta edit that Cody documentary. I gotta say something. I got something to say. Got something to say about that." And that's why the Cody documentary took a minute. He wanted to just throw in that secondary shot. Triple H and Tony are both petty human beings. They wouldn't put past me.
Yeah, exactly. We witnessed that here as well. Over the last 2 years and a half. No damage control by Frantic World for this SummerSlam this year. No damaged goods.
What do you mean? One of them has a Money in the Bank.
Yeah, one of them. So you never know. You never know. Alan writes here, but what could have been? Though Triple H could have stick to Tony with 4 women's matches at SummerSlam, while people are mad at Tony's bad women's booking. I guess so, man. Yeah.
I think that is a fumbled bag by Triple H. I mean, Rhea, Mommy, one of the hottest acts. You can't even find room for her on this card. You can't even do it where Rhea says, "I want the tag titles. I will take on the tag team 1-on-2," and just do something like that. And Trish and Becky, I mean, we've been doing this since WrestleMania. And they can't even get a spot. I get it, yes, like the timing and stuff like that. Like, it's a fair argument because they want to give them time. But like literally, if we're gonna like Ronda and Shayna, I don't expect this match to go long. Why can't we give at least a little time? Do we need the Slim Jim Battle Royale? Do we need? Is LA Knight really that important? He's obviously not that important. He didn't win the Money in the Bank. And everyone says he's important. He didn't win the Money in the Bank. We don't need no Battle Royale. I think that was a big miscue by this card, by this booking. Was just definitely like the women, like, dude, 4 women's matches on SummerSlam, and then especially like Rhea. It's just like missing out on Rhea just makes no sense. Becky and Trish, I understand for time, sure, but you wasted a lot of time with this feud on TV for months. Like, this has more precedent than Ronda versus Shayna. Ronda versus Shayna can happen on Raw. That's good enough for there, man.
Let me be the voice of reason for this. So let me look at it from WWE's perspective. This entire year, they've shown us they prefer a lean card for the premium live events.
That's
They've
true.
heard us loud and clear of like complaining about these bloated cards, 10, 15 matches. Why is this match on the card? This has no juice. Why is that match on the card? Why do we need to get everyone on the card? They heard you loud and clear. So now they basically said like, all right, somewhere between 6 matches and 9 matches is going to be our comfort zone unless it's WrestleMania. You look at everything else. Rhea's not on this card because Liv Morgan is legit injured, and Raquel is kayfabe injured, but possibly could be nursing something as well. So that's why Rhea's not on this card.
And also Raquel and Rhea, Raquel can go, but is she ready to go at a SummerSlam level? I don't know. That's a little bit too much.
That's a little bit too much. And then in the case of Becky Lynch and Trish Stratus, like Romeo put it perfectly when we were talking about it early in the week, where it's like, what matters more, to get Becky Lynch and Trish Stratus on this card, or to make sure that this match, the blow-off match to their feud, has time and space? And remember, you're gonna have tribal combat. You're gonna have a women's triple threat. You have 2 Money in the Bank briefcases that are in play. You have so many grudge matches on the SummerSlam card. Are you gonna have the proper time to really give Becky and Trish the latitude to give the match that they need, or do you do it on a Raw where they can main event and be like, boom, you have half an hour, do what you want?
That's true. That's true.
Yes. Absolutely.
And as far as the Slim Jim thing, from what I've been reading, apparently that's the biggest sponsorship WWE's ever gotten, period. So that's why.
Well, they couldn't give Mommy the Slim Jim match of the night. They couldn't do the Mommy Slim Jim Open Invitational. I think that would have worked.
I mean, when the direct deposit clears and them zeros hit that account, it's like, all right, we'll do whatever. Battle Royal, cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You know,
Not that, yeah.
Oh,
Not that, yeah.
Sorry.
Let me talk here, Steve. Oh, you think winning the Slim Jim Battle Royale, and let me know why it's the megastar who runs this place. L.A. Knight. Yeah.
Yeah. Dummy.
Like Drake, we talking about L.A. Knight.
Hey, close enough, man. Close enough, man.
No, not even close. Don't even compare those two.
Well, the was there. I mean, come on, the was there nonetheless. But we're going through this card. I mean, listen, man. I feel like
I literally set up Steve for the Slim Jim Battle Royale, and he's like, "Oh, we're going to go through this card."
exactly, yeah. Again, with regard to the Slim Jim Battle Royal, listen, again, you guys know me, and like Roman just mentioned moments ago,
We love Battle
uh,
Royale.
everyone knows, yeah, I love me a good old battle royal. I just can't help it. I love battle royals. So it's a possibility, Mike. Walter knows well. I'm sticking around. I want to make it in time for the battle royal. If they put Becky and Trish and only got 10 minutes on SummerSlam, fans would still be mad. Would they though?
Well, I was there for the biggest travesty in SummerSlam history, SummerSlam 2021, the return of Becky Lynch and she squashed Bianca. Oh man, I've never seen a 180 like that in my life. Like I've seen a lot of things in a wrestling thing. I was there for Brock squashing Kofi too, so I've seen that craziness. I've never seen a whole arena pissed that Becky squashed Bianca. Went from cheering for her to being like, "The f- is this?" Like, oh man.
And if you talk about the gambit emotions, before that was like, wait, so we're not getting this fucking Sasha Banks Bianca
Oh,
Belair
dude,
match that
especially
we've all been waiting for?
especially the video. They played the video package like we were still getting it too.
And then you're gonna poor Carmella, you're gonna trot her out here like, wait, we're gonna be okay with that. And then all the Becky Lynch stuff, it was just like in 5 minutes you had us run through like 15 different emotions, and then to end it with, yeah, we just fucked over your champion. Sorry, not sorry.
Not only just your champion, your new star that you've been promoting and doing such a good job with up until that point, and then it's ridiculous.
Horsewoman supremacy, baby.
Only 4 matches I care for from G Nation. Romeo writes here, everything on the card got my interest. Yes. So, yes, there's 8 matches. Now, mind you, yes, we're doing this on a Thursday. SmackDown's tomorrow. Who knows? Maybe
What are they going to add?
Listen, I wouldn't put it past them. I would not put it past this company.
If they're not adding Becky and Trish, then I'm not seeing anything on SmackDown worth adding.
What? Santos versus Theory or something?
Imagine. I would not put it past them.
Oh my god, the
But
heat that would generate.
Yeah, so we'll start off with the Slim Jim SummerSlam Battle Royal, 20-man over the top rope Battle Royal. We know LA Knight's in this Battle Royal, so is Sheamus. On Monday Night Raw, Tommaso Ciampa, Shinsuke Nakamura, and I guess Big Bronson Reed. I mean, there's not many people we know that are in this completely. As far as that goes, I mean, I would love to see, to be honest with you guys, some NXT names be in this match as well. Why not, right? Some NXT names just to put them in there, give them some shine on the big show. I mean, there's reports that I've read that some NXT names are in Dallas for the weekend. I do know as well that there's a tryout that they always do for one of these events. So, hey, why not do that and then be in the Battle Royal? Why not? I want to say LA Knight, but I would not put it past him for like at the last minute, right? LA Knight is like everyone thinks he won, and then someone from behind, Paul, shows up and just throws him over the top rope, and watch it be the Miz. Just throwing a random name out there. A random name.
Man. At that point, it's a rip. It's like, oh, you thought every time you think he's gonna be on top. You thought. That's when you know it's a rip.
Yes. So yes, the smart money would say LA Knight, but again, I wouldn't put it past this company. I wouldn't put it past them. But I'll go with LA Knight for the sake of it. Chase, what about you?
I would love to say LA Knight, but man, I don't trust them with this. I think Shinsuke Nakamura is going to win this thing. It's like it's so random, but it works out. They love doing this. Random people winning these battle royales. Plus, Shinsuke's on Raw, so he gets to celebrate the next night. We won't be able to get to celebrate LA Knight until Friday night. That's way too long. Slim Jim wants to return on the investment. They want to celebrate a person the next night on Monday Night Raw. So, like Shinsuke Nakamura. Then LA Knight, and then Bronson Reed. I mean, he fits perfectly. You imagine him in Slim Jim commercials, and we know those Slim Jims, perfect. So yeah, I'm going to go with Shinsuke. It just feels like so random, but it makes sense. And Triple H loves Shinsuke. This is his dude. Gave him like 2 NXT title reigns, man. So yeah, I got to go with Shinsuke on this one.
Yeah, Justin, what about you, man?
It's gonna be LA Knight, and it's gonna be for this one reason. It's not just because he's over like Rover and everyone loves doing his chants and dude, let me talk to you. This is gonna be a makeup call from WWE for putting LA Knight through that fucking pitch black match, that Mountain Dew shit at Royal Rumble with Bray Wyatt, Uncle Howdy, and all that stuff. If you guys forgot about that, good on
What,
you, because
I
you know who
didn't.
probably didn't forget that? LA
what,
Knight. So this will be their makeup of
Big
like
Mike bought like 4 Mountain Dews that day. I remember
exactly.
that.
So this is gonna be their makeup to be like, you know what? We put you in this gimmick that was sponsored and it did not go well for you at all. So this is gonna be our makeup call, and you know.
what if LA Knight thinks he wins and then Uncle Howdy comes out and he gets his revenge and he wins the Slim Jim battle?
I think we pop initially, and then like after SummerSlam's over, we're gonna have our tiki torches on social media. Like, what the fuck was
Tiki
that?
torches.
Yeah, poor LA Knight.
Yeah.
He can't even win anything, man. He can't even win the Slim Jim Battle Royale. Uncle Howdy's eliminating him. The fuck is this?
Facts. Big Mike, what about you, man?
I'm going with LA Knight. Chase did bring up one of my sleepers, which is Bronson Reed. Dude's been pretty built up pretty nice, in the midst of on Raw. Wouldn't put it past him if they gave him the nod here, but I'm gonna go with the safe pick.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I feel like everyone's saying, yeah, Romeo's saying LA Knight when he's the new face of Slim Jim.
Let me talk to you. Snap into a Slim Jim. Yeah.
LA Knight for their return.
Who runs this town, Slim Jim?
Dr. Thano, flop dollar gonna flop.
Oh, come.
Mountain Dew Glow match. Will Chisholm, I'm going to say LA Knight. So who called the feds on Vince? Was it Triple H, Nick Khan, or other? We don't know. Like, there's no
Simple.
really
Other, because you know who it was? God, because God didn't forget that fucking tag team match that he had against Vince
Yeah,
McMahon
Backlash.
in Kentucky.
Yeah. There you go.
That
There you
Backlash,
go.
baby.
Exactly. From there we got Ronda Rousey versus Shayna Baszler and an MMA rules match. I'll be honest, I enjoyed.
I am waving because this is where we say goodbye to Ronnie.
Leave the memories alone. And
Oh, man.
Thank you for that first run. We want to forget that second run, but nothing makes sense.
Yeah,
for her
I'll
winning.
agree with that. I'll admit, yes, the first one was amazing, right? Who could ever forget that amazing WrestleMania debut? Arguably the best match of WrestleMania 34 in itself, right? But yeah, the second run has just not been it. Not at all. But I will say I did enjoy on Monday the video packages that they played hyping up this match. Now, I don't know how many of y'all remember this. I said this to Mike on Raw Rundown. And I think also to Romeo on the Raider Raw Superstar, but he might have forgotten about it. But if you guys remember, like 2 years ago, AEW did Wardlow and Jake Hager inside the Octagon, right?
Yeah,
Wardlow did a Hurricane Rana, right? Like,
Yeah.
imagine if they have like a structure like that, like somewhere in the stadium, or or maybe the fight pit, right? That would be like the
Fight
next
pit or a lion's den, something like that.
You know what I mean? Like,
Or they could just do it, in a ring, Steve, like Pride did, like Dream did, like Glory does.
like bring the soccer kicks and the stomps and just,
It's an MMA rules match. Yeah, they can do whatever.
Well, you got to remember, is it Volatudo rules? Is
No, it's MMA. It's under the unified rules of the Detroit Athletic Commission. Come on.
Okay. Again,
real
they could,
fight we're watching,
it's no rules then.
again, they could have gone so many ways with this to, get people a little bit. Maybe they still can. Maybe they'll throw us a surprise, right?
What?
I mean,
what do you want? Like Chris Cyborg to come to the fucking ring and beat up Ronda?
Imagine they bring out Bruce Buffer to do the ring.
I mean, they could. Endeavor.
You have the partnership.
It's a
with
fight
Endeavor,
night.
so
It's a
it
fight
makes
night.
perfect
It's not
sense.
like Bruce Buffer doing the fight night card. Like, come on now.
Or-
right?
No, it is because it's in Nashville. So he's going to be there for
Or-
that. Yeah, he's going to be there.
Or they have Clarissa Shields show up.
She's part of a rival promotion. Why would she show up?
Oh yeah.
What do you mean?
She's from
She's
PFL.
PFL.
Oh, she's from PFL.
Yeah,
I mean, She did tease something saying that she was talking to the WWE about something. Maybe
Well, it won't
I
be
don't know.
DC because I know
Oh,
DC's doing
did you guys
commentary
hear
on it.
that weird story? Nate Diaz, out of all people, broke this news. I know we're talking about Ronda versus Shayna, but this is kind of relevant. Nate Diaz said originally WWE was trying to get him versus Jake Paul on SummerSlam in an actual
SummerSlam?
boxing match. Yeah. He
An
talked about
actual
this.
boxing?
Yeah,
Oh
he talked
Lord!
about this on Air Helwani. He talked about this with Helwani. He's like, yeah, first, man, they try to get us in WWE. And I said, I just left UFC. Why would I go there? So I was laughing my ass off when he said that. But yeah, he said like him and Jake were supposed to do whatever they're doing this weekend was supposed to be at SummerSlam.
Oh man, that would have been crazy. Like
Yeah,
that
I
would have been.
wonder how that would have worked out.
I mean, it would have gone for like their viral thing, like, oh my god, break, to having a SummerSlam, but it's like I think fans would have just crapped on it completely.
Mm-hmm.
Sadly, they just would have crapped on it.
Yeah, wrestling fans don't like real fighting
Yeah,
in the mix.
So that's why I'm wondering how this match is going to go, because I actually think Ronda and Shayna, like a lot of people go, oh no, Chase, it's just a wrestling match, and no, I think Ronda and Shayna are actually going to legit fight. Like they're just going to
like shoot,
like,
they're gonna shoot. Like
yeah, no, like I think it's actually going to be a fight. Like what I'm saying is like Ronda and Shayna, they say, hey, we always want to fight each other. Let's just fucking go. Let's just do it.
Yeah,
I think it's gonna be legit. Like I don't think that there's actually maybe they'll WWEize it, but I really think they're gonna actually fight.
yeah.
Well, I wouldn't like that because I don't like Shayna's style like that.
What?
And lately, Ronda hasn't been sort of my taste either. So that would be a negative for me.
What, an actual fight though, where they're not
Yeah.
wrestling, they're fighting.
Yeah, because you're sitting there and be like, okay, cool. The spectacle is what I'm here for. Not for anything else.
Bruh.
I guess. I suppose.
Yeah.
I suppose.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Shayna Baszler on this. I do feel like this is Ronda's swan song. I've heard rumblings that she might go back to UFC, which
For what?
I
Get her
have
ass
no
kicked?
Has nothing else to
I
prove.
think she's gonna take one look at that ring and have PTSD of what Amanda Nunes did to her and be like, "Yeah, no, I'm
Yeah,
going back to
Amanda
the
Nunes is
farm."
gonna come back out of retirement. Then she's gonna come back and kick her ass again.
imagine wouldn't that be something?
I will pay some money for that.
I mean, because
Nah.
the only division Ronda will fight is 145, and they don't have any women there.
Yeah. Or if not, you know what? All right, you want to come back? Well, all right, bring out Holly Holmes.
I think honestly, this might be a super hot take, but Holly Holm looks like shit. I think Ronda could beat Holly Holm today.
Now, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. She looks so bad. Her last fight, she looked horrible.
Yeah, she did. Absolutely. But I'm going with Shayna Baszler here. Again, I did enjoy the video package, the story that they told. I enjoyed it. But I'm going with Shayna Baszler here. I'm going to go with Shayna Baszler via submission, Karafuda clutch in the second round. Chase, what about you?
If I have to choose an actual WWE decision, Shayna Baszler. But how I feel like this is going to go, it's going to be an actual fight. I think Ronda Rousey wins if it's an actual fight. Shayna Baszler ain't that good compared to Ronda Rousey. So I'm gonna choose Shayna Baszler for the WWE booking. But if they actually go out there and they just say, fuck it, we're going to do an MMA fight, I got Ronda Rousey.
Okay. 29, 30-27, 30-27 all around.
Yeah. No, I think submission, like she normally did. Submission armbar.
Okay.
In the first 5 seconds.
Oh wow. Okay.
That's
okay.
like the Cat Zagano fight. Ronda caught her in the armbar in 2 seconds.
Well, wasn't that Alexa Davis? Or she
both,
like
yeah, both times, yeah.
That
Zagano and Alexis Davis, yeah.
That fight hit Instagram when Instagram was just posting videos for 15 seconds back in the day. I remember that. Justin, what about you, man?
I'm going Shayna Baszler. I'm just thinking of like the last couple of years when you've had like close friends or best friends fight. Sasha and Bailey, Becky and Charlotte, Roman and Seth, Sammy and KO. One thing when it's like people that are like really close friends or like actual best friends in real life, they usually have like bangers of matches. Like they added gunks and they just go all out. And this is one where I'm actually expecting this to be really good because of the fact that if you're gonna get a good match out of Ronda, why not be your best friend that you've actually trained with months and years and whatnot. Shayna knows the ins and outs of that ring. Ronda's extremely comfortable with Shayna. Like, this is gonna be a sleeper banger.
And of course, Big Mike.
Yeah, it's unanimous. Well, at least for Chase's WWE booking. Shayna Baszler. I mean, if this is it for Ronda, you would think she would put over her best friend. And just like what Justin said, you would think they're gonna put on a great match because of them being best friends themselves with the training together, being together all the time. It's just, you know, it's ideal.
Yeah, very ideal. Very, very ideal. Reading some comments here as well. Alan writes here, Ronda's going to join the Outcasts for the women's Blood and Guts.
Man, I heard that a while back, huh?
Me too. I
Remember
heard
about that?
Yeah, they're supposed to be. Yeah, what happened? I even heard rumblings that the women would headline Wembley Stadium. Oh no, man!
Why you bring
Oh
that?
man, in the mud, Steve.
If Amanda Nunes shows up in WWE, Ronda is going to run away and go to Power Slap by Frantic World.
Oh no! Oh, why?
I mean,
Ronda won't survive in Power Slap.
no, she would not. Alan Ray, Shayna for the win. Ronda, wish you luck in your future endeavors. G Nation Brawl for all weekend. He also read this will be better than AJ Styles versus Frank Trigg in TNA.
Oh god, that was horrible, bro.
That's
And
a deep
Thanos
cut.
is going with Shayna. Frantic World writes here. It's going to be like Bloodsport, but a WWE version. Wouldn't that be the fight pit? I mean, wouldn't that be what they had on NXT?
Take down the ropes. That's all they would do. Just take
Let's
the
take the
ropes.
ropes down because I've seen it firsthand how much that crew struggles to put together ropes, especially from WrestleMania 38 when Drew cut them ropes and it took like that entire couple of minutes to get those ropes together and they still didn't get it together. So then they had to spend the rest of the night fucking with them ropes.
Didn't they do that at NXT a couple of weeks ago with Gable Stevenson?
No, that was Raw Underground. They returned to Raw Underground.
There you go. Let's do that. Yeah, and WWE Underground. Why not? From there, we go to Gunther defending the Intercontinental Championship against Drew McIntyre. I've enjoyed what Gunther did on Monday with Chad Gable. Gave Chad Gable something to do on TV. Reminds you, hey, he's not just a tag team guy. Again, they're still continuing this long run for Gunther. He's trying to break the Honky Tonk Man's record. I do think he finally hits the record at the end of September. I don't think it'll make any sense for him to drop it now if you know for a fact you're going to continue that record. It should be a fun match. Good near falls back and forth. There's no word yet if Drew resigned his new deal or not. No one really knows. Would not be surprised though if tomorrow we hear breaking news or, come Saturday, breaking news, Drew McIntyre re-signed with WWE, multi-year deal and all this stuff, but we don't know. No one really knows. But with that being said, I'm going to go with Gunther to retain his Intercontinental title. Justin, what about you?
Gunther for one reason. You said it perfect. By the end of September, Gunther will be approaching Honky Tonk's record-breaking IC title reign. So why would you take it off of Gunther right now? It makes no sense.
None at all. None at all. Chase, what about you, man?
I feel bad for our good friend number 2. He does this to himself. He comes back at the worst time, comes to SummerSlam, and he's just there to lose. This guy is such a proverbial loser, and it makes no sense. Everyone says, "Oh, after this, he could." I've never seen a guy lose so much, and he just moves up the card. This guy can lose anything, and he becomes world champion. It's crazy. He might be the first person to ever lose and become a world champion. I'm serious, but. Yeah, I feel bad because I wish I could sit here and be like, yeah, this is a good time. Gunther drops the belt. He can move up on the card. Drew can win the IC title, help elevate that belt. But no, it's like we have this great record that Gunther can finally break, being the longest reigning Intercontinental champion. No one's sick of him as champion, so it makes sense. You got to keep him as champion. Not like anyone's like, who cares about this? It's not about this record. Give it to Drew. No, it's like, okay, Gunther, you're in a win-win situation. No, not really. You're in a win-lose situation here because it's kind of like Gunther, he wins, cool, he moves on, he breaks the record. But then it's like Drew, number 2, he comes back, and for what? He just came back. Like, all whatever momentum he had, and everyone goes, well, turn him heel, and it's like, turn him heel and then do what? He gets to move up the card while Gunther stays on the card? That makes no damn sense. Why we keep giving all these opportunities to number 2? I'm so tired of it, man. You know where number 2 needs to go? He needs to go to that secondary promotion where he belongs, man.
In Wembley Stadium.
And Wembley Stadium. No, I'm just kidding. I like Drew. He's great. But anyways, yeah, Gunther should win. But yeah, I feel bad for Drew because he has all this. He comes back, huge pop comes back, all this momentum he has. It feels like this should be a time he wins something, but he ain't. But if there's ever a booking where I feel like Triple H, where he'll get cute with it, I feel like this is the one. I feel like he might have Drew win this one.
Oh man, you imagine?
I have Drew's like, I don't know what his odds are on these like betting sites, but if his odds are like plus 300 come the day of SummerSlam, I'm thinking something that he was told something backstage.
Oh man, and of course, Big Mike. What about you, man?
Yeah, man, Gunther for the win. He's gonna break that record. What happens after that? Who knows? Maybe he keeps going on this illustrious run until WrestleMania. Who knows? But yeah, Gunther for the win.
Yes.
Quick sidebar to answer Chase's question. Gunther is a minus 125 according to Sports Betting Dime.
What's Drew? What's Drew?
Drew is plus 100.
Oh shit!
Chase, that underdog bet right there.
That underdog bet's not too bad, actually. I might take that plus 100 action.
Put $10 on that, not bad.
Oh yeah, Drew will help me win lunch for the week.
There you go. G Nation race.
I'm now really want to say Drew will win just because of that, just because of those odds. That's too cute for Drew. That's too close.
That's basically
Yeah.
I got Drew winning just so Triple H would be like, the dirt sheet got it wrong again. Gunther will.
Like at the post press conference, like, what do you mean Drew was leaving? I mean, we worked out a deal with him. This is what he wanted to do. Feel like he's one of our top stars. Why wouldn't we keep him?
There you go. I swear, like whenever I see like Paul on the press conference, I feel like I'm listening to Chase for real. Yeah.
I get the words right too, which is the crazy part. Whenever he says something, I'm like, bro, was he watching me or something?
Mike, imagine if we like, Saturday we get pulled aside by like security. You guys come here.
You said this like 4 times. It's not gonna happen.
I'll keep on saying it, bro. I'll keep on saying it.
You're like me, speaking into existence that I'll bump into Taylor Swift next Tuesday. I keep saying to myself, yeah, I'm going to bump into Taylor next Tuesday when I go to the concert.
Alan Reicher, Gunther will keep the title to WrestleMania 40, so he will lose the title to Ilya. We'll see. Drew went back to WWE just to take an L.
Yeah, dude, worst negotiating ever, bro. Like you wanted the Supermax and said they traded you. They were like, nah, we don't want you.
Oh, look at this. Oh, look at this. Uh-oh. We got one, y'all.
Yes!
Thank you, Spaz Phoenix, for the $5 Canadian super chat. Got reviewed for Collision and Great American Bash up now. Saw 10 trailer reaction as well. SummerSlam preview tomorrow, and have a good weekend, boys. Thank you, Spaz. We appreciate that, man. Guys, go check out Spaz Phoenix over on his channel and check out all his reviews and preview that he has going on. Thank you, Spaz. Appreciate that, man. Will writes here. With the reports of Randy Orton not being ready, not being ready, but do you think it's a fake out and he returns after this match?
I don't think it's a fake out, man, because here's the thing. If it was a fake out, first of all the journalists are there in Detroit, so they know what is going on. The only time they didn't know what was going on, they didn't know Dakota Kai and Io Sky were coming back. They were just as shocked as everyone else. But that right there, they would know if Randy Orton's in town. The WWE, they have the top of the line sources to tell them, yeah, I saw Randy Orton check into the hotel, bro. He's in town. Now, well, is he returning? No, he could just be in town. That's all that matters. But they would know if he's in town. If we do not see a report at all by tomorrow saying Randy Orton's in town, don't expect no Randy Orton and stuff like that. Is he close to returning soon? I don't know. It's up to his back. I heard he's doing well, so that's all that matters. But yeah, I don't see him returning. I would love him to return, but
Of course, I think all of us would.
It is possible. I think back to when Sasha made her return on Raw, when she made the heel turn. They flew her to New York and then like drove her into Canada and kept it quiet and made sure she didn't check into a hotel and stuff like that. And then immediately went straight to the bus. So Lily, except for Bailey, no one saw her until she came out to go fuck up Natalia. Like WWE
That's
does
true.
have that capability of being like, yeah, we'll fly him into like fucking Green Bay and then drive like a couple of hours to where no one even knows like he's even coming.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, I'm just saying because like with all the top journalists in that town in Detroit, they will find someone. They'll get that source that tells them, yeah, we actually got Randy coming in town. He's coming or something like that.
Of course,
Especially for SummerSlam. If it was a smaller event, yeah, I guarantee they would hide that no problem. But nowadays, these sources just drop everything. They can't let us have any fun.
yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, they have to ruin RVD for who cares? It's RVD.
Yeah, and he's my man, he's in there for the payday. We have Ricochet versus Logan Paul going down as well. Logan Paul's request that he wants to go on first so that he can make it in time to watch his little brother Jake Paul fight Nate Diaz in Dallas. Now, will that happen? Wish him the best of luck. Other than that, it's going to be a match full of flips. There's going to be a match full of these crazy moves that, oh my God, people will go crazy for. I enjoyed the little exchange on Monday. That being said, for Ricochet, I mean, listen, this is like as big as it's going to get. He's in a big profile match for him, right? Like, think about it all, think about it, right? What else would he be doing on SummerSlam if it wasn't for this Logan Paul match? Probably be in that Slim Jim Battle Royal, if anything. Or if not, you know what? Probably be on the SummerSlam, the Raw after SummerSlam.
He's a SmackDown superstar. Oh no, he is Raw now. I forgot.
He's Raw.
Or you know what? He probably would have requested to go back down to NXT with Mustafa Ali.
Oh, come on. Be nice.
They would have gone for the tag titles instead. But again? I mean,
Heart
where's
and
the
Soul,
why?
the 205 Live.
Well, that's Cedric Alexander. But
what do you mean? What? Their name was the Heart and the Soul. Oh yeah, Cedric Alexander. Yeah.
That's sad.
Exactly. Another one. Like, where's he at, man? What's he been doing?
He's waiting for Bobby to finish up this new Hurt business he's making.
That part.
Yeah. But that being said, I got Ricochet winning this one.
Oh.
I got Ricochet winning. I don't think. Again, it's not like Logan Paul wrestling for a title here or anything like that. I mean, it's not like he, after his match with Roman, hey, does he need a belt? No, he doesn't really need one. That'd be crazy. Like if you win like the US title or like, I guess the IC belt, but Gunther has that right now. But I'm gonna go Ricochet to win this match right here. Justin, what about you?
This one's tough because on one hand, it's like you really build up Ricochet for him to just take an L and get embarrassed at SummerSlam and then have his fiance also get embarrassed too. It was like, that's rough. But then again, Logan Paul hasn't won in a while. Like he took the L at WrestleMania. He took the L in Saudi Arabia to the tribal chief. Like Logan Paul's kind of due for a win. So this is like a coin toss. But I think by hook or by crook, Logan Paul's winning.
Okay. Big Mike, what about you?
Yeah, I think Logan Paul is gonna win this match. Like Justin said, man, it's just you have Logan Paul, not win as much, and you have Ricochet, going on this nice little run back and forth with the promos is good. crazy, right? Ricochet and promos, crazy. But I think they're gonna go with the dynamic of him winning and then having Samantha Irvin kind of hesitate saying his name. I think that's how we do it.
Fair enough. I can see that happening too. Chase, what about you, man?
Oh man, just because of the way my predictions are going, Steve, I'm with you. I think Ricochet might have to win here. I mean, get the fans a feel good moment to kick off SummerSlam. We don't want Logan Paul to win. No one likes this guy. We want Ricochet to win, and they want. And here's the thing, WWE, they really want Ricochet to succeed, man, because for Logan Paul, like he talked about this on the Impulsive episode with Seth Rollins. There's two guys he wanted to work with the most. He said Ricochet and LA Knight, and he filmed that up before Money in the Bank. So this is before any interaction or anything like that when he was talking. And I really think this is what you need to use Logan Paul for. Look, he's here. He has a big name. You have a guy like Ricochet that is ultimately fun to watch. Now, is he a main event level guy, Ricochet? No, but is he a good hand and someone that you can trust in your mid card division? Absolutely, he's perfect for that, and he can actually be like a good challenger for a world title, kind of like almost has the chance to be like a Jeff Hardy without the Jeff Hardy following and stuff. Just do your thing, Ricochet. I hope Ricochet was all like, hey, Logan, check out this match I did with Will Ospreay years ago at the Best of the Super Juniors. They try to recreate that Best of the Junior Super little spot that gets people pissed off and stuff. I hope they do something like that. But I think Ricochet could win. Nice feel-good moment to kick off SummerSlam. Logan Paul, I mean, yeah, he's going to end up losing, but man, I have more faith in Logan Paul like winning a match with like LA Knight than I do with Ricochet. He could beat Ricochet, but I don't know. I don't feel like you kick off SummerSlam with a downer. I think you kick it off with a nice moment. Samantha Irvin's happy. Ricochet and her kiss. Like, there we go.
And then they walk away happily ever after, right? Like just.
Well, it kicks out the show. She can't walk away, Steve. She has the rest of the show to fucking.
I know. Yeah, that is very true. That is very true.
The hell are you talking?
Yeah, man, you never know, man. You never know. Prince Puma jobbing to Logan Paul. That's what G Nation writes here.
The check cleared.
Yeah, it did. Logan Paul, 2 minute knockout, gets the win and go see his brother get knocked out by Nate Diaz.
Oh God, Nate Diaz ain't knocking out anyone, bro. No one ever watched Nate Diaz fight. This guy never knocks out anyone.
Just submits them.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, and just out cardios them and stuff like that.
Outpaces them with that Diaz pressure.
Yes, indeed. This match is next, but we're gonna review this for the last match. I don't know why they have it in this order, but
we'll see. Remember, there's 4 main events on the SummerSlam.
4 main events.
Yeah, 4 events.
Well, okay, I'm gonna assume this is one of the main events. This is one of them.
Well, aren't we on the last 4 matches?
I would presume so. Yes.
Yes. All 4 matches are main events according to WWE.
Okay, so we're gonna go here with Seth freaking Rollins versus Finn Balor for the World Heavyweight Championship. This is 7 years in the making. I was there for the first time they wrestled at SummerSlam, where Finn Balor won that title that Chase is holding right now.
Different color, but yeah,
different color. Here. Yes, the same. He held it for less than a day, due to injury, but they're running it back. Even though they've had numerous matches in the past since then, but this is like, oh my God, the first time in 7 years at SummerSlam. The wild card here is Damian Priest. That's the wild card here, right? Mm-hmm. Is he gonna cash in? Could it be the scenario that during the match, Damian Priest cashes in, makes it a triple threat to show his loyalty to the Judgment Day? He lays down for Finn Balor and wins, and that's how Finn wins the title. Could that be the scenario? There's many ways to go about this, many ways. Or if not, maybe we'll see that, hey, there's more turmoil within the Judgment Day. More turmoil, where yeah.
You said it right the first time. I don't know why you were struggling.
I said turmoil for whatever reason. It was turmoil where where Damien goes to cash in and Balor's like, get out of here or whatever, right? And by accident, he gets hit by the briefcase. I don't know. There's many ways to go. But then again, do you really want to see that again, considering we saw that Money in the Bank where Finn got distracted by Damian Priest? At the same time as well, you know, you look at the Judgment Day right now, right? Rhea Ripley's holding on to that women's title, right? Dirty Dom is the North American champion. And obviously you have Damian Priest with that briefcase. He can cash in any moment whenever he wants to. Finn Balor is basically naked right now with nothing. He has nothing right now.
I'm pretty sure a lot of females would like to see that.
I'm sure they would. Pause.
Oh man, Big Mike, why are you thinking that?
I don't know. I mean, you see it a lot on Twitter, man. They talk about guys, you know, they got theirs too. Someone had to say it.
I guess so. I guess so. With this match, listen, they're gonna kill it. They're gonna go out there. You give them what, 15 minutes, let them just go back and forth, right? I do think though, if Finn Balor is due, I'm gonna go with Finn Balor. Even if I'm wrong on this one, but I'm going with Finn Balor to win the title, just to add more dilemma to the Judgment Day with Damian Priest and all that stuff. Chase, what about you?
See, this is my thing with Seth Rollins, and I've been saying it for years. No one wants to listen, and it's happening again. And I can't believe it. It happens all the time. Seth Rollins suffers from BCS, boring champion syndrome. Anytime he wins a world title, fans immediately are just done with him. They're like, oh, nope, someone else needs to be world champion. And it only happens because the person he faces ends up becoming more interesting to Seth Rollins. Everyone just ends up getting bored with Seth Rollins as world champion. Seth is a great worker. I love watching Seth Rollins. But when it comes to being the world champion, he needs to just Shawn Michaels it and just say, nah, brother, I don't need that belt. I'm fine just putting on banners and having good ones. Here's the thing. I'm pretty sure we're going to have great creative ideas of Finn winning, Damian Priest cashing in, and I would love those to happen. I would really love those to happen. But I feel like this is going to be the one result where people are going to walk away and be like, really? We just cut to Seth Rollins? We cut to the little advert on Peacock after Seth Rollins just won? Like nothing? No cash in? Nothing? I think Seth Rollins has done a great job as the company man, doing all these interviews, doing all these segments, doing it. Everyone says, no, Chase, he said he's hurt. He should go recover. Seth Rollins is a working man. He's like John Cena. John Cena had broken necks, separated shoulders. He had a golf ball on his tricep, and he still worked through the pain. Seth Rollins is going to work through the pain too. Seth Rollins is the world heavyweight champion. He will remain the world heavyweight champion. What was it to do for the Judgment Day and Finn Balor? I don't know. I feel like we will all have better ideas of how Finn should win and cash in, Damian Priest should win. I'm all for these ideas. I want these ideas to happen, but I just don't think they're going to happen. I think they're just going to be like, nope, Seth's our company guy. We still owe him for all the years that he's done this for us. He's our champion. We're sticking by it. Finn, yeah, that's all right. Maybe next time. Maybe we'll think about you next time. I don't know. I just think Seth Rollins is going to win. But I think the reason being why so many people are pushing so hard for Finn to win is because of BCS, boring champion syndrome for one Seth Rollins. It's just, look, the guy's great. He just doesn't need a belt. Not everyone needs a belt or championship title, whatever you guys want to call it. He just doesn't need it. He doesn't need it to be great. But the real life Seth Rollins wants it. And this is what you're going to get. Because I guarantee you, the next pay-per-view, they set up someone. See, why do you keep turning off your damn camera, bro? It's distracting.
He's tired. That's why.
Oh, my God.
You can see his eyes blinking.
Keep it on. It's distracting when you keep turning it on and off. I'm going to look around and stuff. But anyways, Seth Rollins don't need no world title to be great. But he wants the world title because that's what the real life Seth Rollins wants. But in the end, no matter who he faces, everyone's going to want that person to be champion unless it's Care Bear over him. Because that's just how it is. Unless, Bray Wyatt feuds with him, then yeah, no one wants that. Because I guarantee, if Drew turns heel and it's going to face Seth Rollins, we're going to see the same things. Oh, Drew should be champ. Seth, he don't need the belt. He needs to go home and rest. No, it's because you guys are just bored with Seth as champion. That's just how it is. That's the whole career as world champions. People get bored with this guy. I don't get it.
True. Justin, what about you, man?
See, I'm not bored with Seth Rollins as champion. I think he's doing a good job. I think this has more to do with Finn than it does Seth because Seth found his lane with this gimmick and everything where he's over like Romer and he's doing like the best work that he's done since like the separation of the Shield. Whereas Finn, this feels like if you don't get this title, I don't think you ever get a title shot for the either top title ever again. I think he's hitting Ziggler territory where it's like it's this is now or never for you because this is now 7 years. You're finally going after one of the top titles again after you've been basically stuck in the mid card and relegated and you've been taking L after L to Seth Rollins, and now you have Damian Priest literally over your shoulder with the Money in the Bank briefcase. Like, bro, either shit or get off the pot because I can handle what you can't get done, which is to beat this guy and get this title. Especially where Steve eloquently put, like, look how dominant Judgment Day has been. Rhea as champion, Dominic as champion, Damian has the briefcase. Is bro, we did this with Edge where it's like shit or get off the pot, and Finn's right here, right now, like in the same predicament where it's like, if you don't get this done 7 years later, why are you part of Judgment Day, and B, do we even take Finn Balor serious ever again? Finn has to win this.
Yeah, and of course, Big Mike.
Yeah, I mean, it's do or die for Finn. I'm pretty sure they're probably going off that dynamic of, Finn being hesitant of giving Damian Priest the Money in the Bank to cash in on Raw, and and just what is going to happen in the match. Like, is he going to win and then he gets cashed in, or if he just loses completely? It's like a vicious cycle with Finn. You get excited for Finn, title shot, doesn't win, back in limbo. It's like not even a triangle effect, it's a square effect. And it's just here, 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 vicious square.
Yeah. G Nation right here. Seth Rollins retaining the fake title because we know who the real champion is. But the one up.
Of course. The world champion. Held the belt for
Romeo-
1,000 days, Steve.
Romeo writes here. Exactly. Absolutely. And counting. 7 years of bad luck is over. The Judgment Day runs WWE.
Dang.
That would be something.
Yeah, I want all this to happen. I don't know. It's just I feel Seth has just been such a company guy. They're gonna. This feels like such a Cena. When it's like, Cena should lose to this guy. And it's like, LOL, Cena wins. It's just a LOL, Cena wins type of moment where it's like, LOL, Seth wins, and it's like, poor Finn. Like, he should win. I'm not disagreeing with anything about Finn winning. Maybe Damian cashing. I think it's too soon for Damian Priest to be a world champion right now. I like him. I think it's just a little bit too soon, especially if Finn wins and cashes it. Like, man, can we give Finn at least a month with the title before Damian betrays him? Like, come on.
Exactly.
So, and you got that Puerto Rico show coming up too later, and probably early next year.
Yeah.
So you gotta hold on till the end.
My thing is, and I'll get to this when we talk about the other of the 4 great main events that are on this pay-per-view. There's a certain someone in one of these 4 main events. You gotta think he might get that world heavyweight title.
This person that you're mentioning has been very busy as of late as well, right?
Oh no, he hasn't been busy, bro. He shows up when he wants to.
Okay. He's involved. He's wrestling this weekend. Okay. I think I know I think I kind of get an idea. And it's funny because would hope this person is in the next match we're talking about right now. Third time the charm. Why not? Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar. We still don't know why the feud's even happening. We still don't know why. We don't know why. What caused Lesnar to attack Cody Rhodes at the Raw after WrestleMania? They had already 2 matches. Cody won at Backlash. Brock won in Saudi Arabia. And now here we are. We're back at it again. The third match. Not that I'm asking for it as far as the match goes, because again, we've seen this already, right? I know a lot of people were under the impression that, oh my God, okay, at SummerSlam, it's gonna happen. It's gonna be Cody and Roman again at SummerSlam, and that's when it might happen, right? So they said. And well, WWE said, well, hold my beer. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. So with that being said, again, it should be a fun match for what it is. But I'm going to go with Cody Rhodes here. I'm going to go with Cody getting the win and putting an end to all. Because again, he's been getting beat up by Brock a lot, especially this past
It's
Monday.
selling that arm like crazy, man.
That's who. So I'm going to go with Cody Rhodes to get the win. It'll probably go about what? Probably under 10 minutes. Get to Brock. I mean, Brock doesn't go over 10, if anything. So I'm going to go Cody Rhodes here. Justin, what about you?
I mean, you just had a Cody Rhodes documentary drop on Peacock. Like, how does Cody Rhodes not win this match? Especially this is the blow off to the feud. Brock will be just fine taking the L and be beating the fuck out of someone else in like 3 months from now. Whereas Cody, if you're gonna realistically have Cody face Roman Reigns again at WrestleMania 40 for the title, you gotta have him get some marquee wins. And going over on Brock Lesnar is as marquee as it gets because it took Roman years to finally topple
Yeah,
Brock.
years.
So
Yeah,
Cody.
Yes. Chase, what about you, man?
I hope they go down the route where Cody. We don't even get Lesnar in the ring. Cody goes and he just dives, does a tope suicida right on the outside, starts beating the shit out of Brock, goes and throws Brock right onto the steel steps, and he hits that stomach. The diverticulitis comes back. We bring back that where Brock's in pain. Cody's attacking all the weak points. Then when the bell rings, Crossroads, 1, 2, 3, statement win for Cody Rhodes. This match don't need to be long. They already had the Brock Lesnar match style at the Puerto Rico show where Lesnar was dominant and he showed his strength. We had the overdramatic Cody style where Cody was Superman and he could survive a Kimura lock for like 20 minutes or something ridiculous of that nature. All we need is just Cody Rhodes. He said it. I want to embarrass Brock Lesnar. Embarrass Brock Lesnar. Do that, please. Just do it. Brock's fine. Brock's been embarrassed by legends like Goldberg. He's been embarrassed by legends like Roman Reigns. He will be fine being embarrassed by another legend, the legend in the making, Cody Rhodes. This is the Cody Rhodes is. I don't know how he's still over in this horrible feud with. I'm gonna be honest. This feud stinks. Nothing about this Cody Lesnar feud. I'll be like, oh man, how great that feud was. It's horrible. I don't like any of it. We don't know why Brock attacked Cody. We don't know why Cody's so. I understand why Cody's obsessed, but we still don't know why Lesnar was obsessed with Cody. But this is the thing. My only concern is I don't think they'll do it because Cody's going to win, but I don't think they're going to embarrass Brock like how I want them to because you got to keep Brock somewhat strong because when in doubt, in case of emergency, there's one man who can win that World Heavyweight title. Brock has no interest of just being a guy that shows up and does nothing. He wants to win that world title. He told Daniel Cormier this during the WrestleMania interview. I rewatch that interview every once in a while, and I could tell Lesnar, he wants to win a world title again. And, people always talk about, what could be the World Heavyweight title match at WrestleMania? People like to talk about Brock versus Gunther. Yeah, man, Brock versus Gunther might need a little bit of spice to that. Might need that World Heavyweight title. You get what I'm saying? So that's why Brock could possibly win that world title, and that's why I'm a little bit shaky of what your plans are with Damian Priest and cashing in and stuff too. But we will wait and see. But just remember this. Come February and January when Brock wins the world title, you guys will be like, oh, Chase, wow, how'd you know this? Because they trust in Brock. Brock is there in case emergency guy. So Cody should win. He should win in a dominant fashion, but I don't think it will be. But Cody's going to win. I mean, you can't have Cody Rhodes lose here. That will be the worst thing WWE can do. But shout out to Cody, still over after all this horrible feud. Like, this guy's a megastar. We talk about LA Knight. This guy's a real megastar.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, Big Mike, your thoughts, brother.
Yeah, man. Cody wins. Like Chase said, hopefully in dominant fashion, and get the story over with so he can move on.
Absolutely. From there, we go on. Well, but before I do, read some comments here. CPZ writes here, poor Cody got a feud with Oogly Boogly.
No. I feel like Oogly Boogly. Cody's like, all right, Brock, how do I avoid a match, altercation with one Bray Wyatt? And Brock's like, just don't show up, man. That's what I do. Cody won't show up to the writers' meetings. He won't show up. He'll just he'll be doing interviews and be like, oh, they keep calling me for runtime, but I'm sitting here and I'm talking to my good friend from SI Media Podcast. Like, he ain't gonna show up. I won't show up.
I agree, Chase. I'm over this feud. There's no explanation on why this is even happening, so I'm bored.
Yeah, can Brock just like Brock, like, what do you do on Monday? He goes, if you come out and shake my hand, we're good. And I was like, what? And then Cody did it, and then he got mad. I'm like, what is this? Like, Brock, I get it, but like just something where Brock goes, just say Brock is mad that, you know, Cody gets title shots or something, like something simple. It's really not that hard. It's like that. Remember that storyline for WrestleMania 32 where Vince and Shane, and Vince was all like, I want that key to that black box, Shane. We still don't know what
Yeah,
black
we
box.
still don't know
Yeah,
about
we
The
still
black
don't know.
box from hell.
Exactly.
Bro, I
Yeah,
was there live when that happened. I was like, what black box?
It's like Randy Orton is still waiting to cash in his favor for helping Booker T win the U.S. title in that best of 5 series. It's like, we're still waiting on this. We're still waiting on this favor to be cashed in. But is Randy Orton going to go to NXT and be like, hey, Book, you think you can help me get an NXT title shot, man? I kind of need that favor still. I helped you win that U.S. title. Like, you know, like, that's the thing. I just want a reason. I just want a reason why. Like, can Brock just say that Cody rubbed him the wrong way, or Cody came back and stole Brock's spot? Can you say something? Just something. Just anything. Can Brock say that? How WrestleMania 32 or what was the Dallas WrestleMania? WrestleMania 38 was supposed to be Brock Lesnar's WrestleMania, and yet Cody Rhodes made his grand return, and instead of talking about title for title, they talked about how Cody Rhodes came out, and that pissed off Brock. And then WrestleMania 39, as Cody was doing all the media, Brock was sitting there pissed off that it was all about Cody Rhodes, while Brock Lesnar was taking on the 7-foot Colossus and Omos, and no one was talking about. I mean, it doesn't take rocket science, but WWE, they're just like, oh no, Brock, he's just a angry guy for no reason.
Yeah. Will writes here, judging by Cody's docs, it's clear that WWE documentary, it's clear that WWE is doing Cody versus Roman 2 at WrestleMania 40.
Yeah.
I mean, that was clear when Cody took the L at this year's WrestleMania,
Yeah.
where it's like, how about you prove you can stay healthy for a calendar year and not like break your other titty? How about you do that, and then we'll reward you at WrestleMania 40?
Yeah, they just want to look, and it's so funny. I'm gonna talk about this now. All these people, I think a superhero, when they should win, they should beat the villain at full strength. Name me a comic book or any comic movie you've seen where the superheroes beat the villains at full strength. They don't. They beat them when the villains are weakened, when the villains themselves have won the first encounter. They win the second encounter because they learn how to win. That's just how it goes. Now, in my world, Roman Reigns is a true hero. Cody Rhodes is a villain. I mean, he left us and he went to go form a alternative company. Like, what the hell is this? So you guys rooting for this guy? But I'm just saying, all these people, it shows me you never read any comic books or watch any superhero movies, because the villain loses when they get too comfortable, when they get too in control, and they lose everything. Because that's the whole dynamic of heroes versus villains. The heroes sometimes are villains themselves, and they have to sometimes go to the villain. Like, this is a minor spoiler. I'm sorry. If you haven't played this video game already, it's been out for fucking like 5 years. They're having a sequel come out in October. Spider-Man PS4. Peter Parker gets his ass kicked by Doc Ock. All right. Doc Ock kicks his ass. And what does Spider-Man do? He takes out each member of the Sinister Six one by one, but he knows he can't beat Doc Ock by himself. He had to take out the rest of the Sinister Six so he could get to Doc Ock. But even then, that wasn't enough, and he had to adjust, and he adjusted to beat this guy. Was I like playing the video game and be like, oh, they had Doc Ock kick Spider-Man's ass in the beginning. I don't want to play anymore. This ruined the moment. No, it built the tension of, man, I can't wait to get my hands on this motherfucker. That's just all it was. Look, I'm sorry, when you're in Hollywood, you got to let the Hollywood stars win. Roman Reigns is the Hollywood star here, not Cody Rhodes. But like I said, y'all just need to actually read books, read other medium, understand why the villain won. Yes, it's also, hey, Cody, you got to prove yourself. You can't be busting your titty doing bench press because some CrossFit guy is staring you down at the gym. I mean, you even said it yourself, Cody. This is on you. You're a real one telling this embarrassing story. I would have just been like, yeah, I just had a bad gym accident, but no, Cody Rhodes has been saying this story how some guy at the gym was doing CrossFit and was pissing him off, so he decided to put all this weight to show him up. You're trying to show up a CrossFit guy? The fuck is this?
I don't know, man.
Not my world champion, Steve.
Exactly.
People want this guy to finish the story. Oh man, let's continue the real story of the tribal chief.
Yes.
He came back from a broken injury, won the Rumble, and then wanted to get hot shot to the title. Like, what adversity is that? Like, as soon as he would have won that title, people would have turned on Cody immediately because it's like, what the fuck? You've had maybe 7 matches total before you get the tribal chief, your first time out on the tribal chief, and you're gonna be the one to dethrone him?
No, Justin. Remember, Sami Zayn was going to be more over than Cody. Yet Cody was still getting the reactions. Oh, Cody, he's ruined. No way is Cody going to be over. Yet this guy is still over like Rover, and he's in a horrible feud. And he's still over. It's ridiculous. I think this guy's good. It's like sometimes, man, when it comes to the main, here's the thing: WWE for a lot of things they fuck up on, but when it comes to the main event picture, just trust what WWE does because they kind of have an idea when it comes to that main event scene, what they're doing. Like most of the time, especially if it involves the tribal chief.
Absolutely. We got everyone here, right? Basically, when I asked about the prediction.
Yeah, it's Cody.
Yeah,
Cody, right?
I was just deciding, right?
I'm sorry, Steve. I just get mad at these dumb fans. These fans that don't read stuff. They just watch too much wrestling, but they don't watch other things.
I got you. I felt like I forgot something. Like that's why I asked this to make sure. I know you went on that rant, which was great. I just want to make sure I did double check here. Yeah. So from there we go on to the co-main event: Asuka versus Charlotte Flair versus Bianca Belair, 3-way match for the WWE Women's Championship. It should be a fun match. Again, you have Charlotte Flair. Of course, it's going to be amazing. You also have Bianca, who's amazing in her own way as well. Asuka as well. Again, they're going to kill it. The whole thing of Bianca wanting a title match, but so does Charlotte, and this whole thing is the change between both of them back and forth. Now we're here in this 3-way. As far as a winner goes for this, I'm gonna go with Charlotte Flair. I think Charlotte Flair wins the title, and we get a cash in. And it fails.
Oh no, in the mud.
Because Bayley turns on Io Sky.
Oh, do you think Charlotte and Bayley formed the Mega Powers?
Lock it in, sis.
2-man power trip.
Imagine though. Like think about it, right? Like Charlotte wins, right? And she pins Asuka. She doesn't pin Bianca, so Bianca's protected, right? Because people will go crazy. People will lose it if Charlotte pins Bianca Belair, right? At this point. And then out comes Io Sky. They attack her, and then Bayley makes Io cash in. Go, it's your moment. Go for it, right? She hits the elbow, and then boom, she turns on Io Sky. Justin, what do you think, man? What you got?
For me, this is the hardest match to predict on this entire card because I honestly see a scenario where all of them win the title. Like, we forget about Asuka and how decorated of a champion she is and how greatly booked that she is. She owns a win over Bianca Belair. She's owned more than one win over Charlotte Flair. I can easily see a path where Asuka retains. I can see a path where Bianca finally gets her lick back on Asuka, gets her title back, and we start planting little seeds for Bianca and Charlotte at WrestleMania. Also, Charlotte is undefeated at SummerSlam. She is the queen of SummerSlam. She has yet to take an L. She's won the title 3 times at SummerSlam. So I could easily see her going, and this is how she gets number 15 and gets even closer to her father. But then the EO hanging around with that Money in the Bank briefcase, she's been teasing it really with Asuka and this entire match to where I also see a cash in happening. I don't know who initially wins this match. But I see Io cashing in and walking out with the title. We have yet to see an unsuccessful cash in with the women's Money in the Bank holder. I don't see it happening now, especially because people are kind of expecting it, especially with like Bailey hinting at a turn or like getting a little jealous because Io's got the briefcase. I could kind of see them doing the same thing that AEW is doing right now with Christian and Luchasaurus, where it's like Io wins that title, and then Bailey's like, "We won that title. This is our title. You know, you technically holding it, but this is our title. Damage control. Yeah, we just gotta wait till Dakota gets back, and then that could plant seeds and jealousy, especially where one of the matches the fans really want is Asuka and Io Sky. This is how we can get there, where
Yep.
Io gets that title. Asuka be like, "You didn't pay me for that title. I want a fair one," and then that's how you can do Asuka and Io Sky for the title at a later date, and then with Io cashing in, you can also still plant those seeds for Charlotte and Bianca, where maybe Bianca costs Charlotte, maybe Charlotte costs Bianca, and now they build that tension up. So either way, I see Io Sky walking out as champion. This is where we get our cash in.
Big Mike, what about you, man?
Yeah, I got Charlotte winning this, getting that number 15. It is going to be an interesting dynamic where they place the cash in if they want to do it. I don't see them. I don't see them doing anything like crazy, like super left field, like making Io cash in and making it a fatal four way. I hope that doesn't happen. I hope that it doesn't even cross their mind, even though it probably could be a possibility, or the possibility of Bailey screwing her over, or we have like a Judgment Day dynamic where uh, she goes to cash in and Bailey, kind of hesitates her and it doesn't even go through and they prolong it even more. But I have Charlotte getting this one. But the dynamic of this match is going to be great. I like all the styles of these women, and it's just going to shape up to be a good match.
Chase?
All three of these women are my favorite women in the WWE. I woke up hella early to go drive to Vegas to get a picture with Charlotte Flair. That's how much I love her. I woke up hungover after partying the streets of Nashville, went to a random ass mall in Nashville, Tennessee, bought a $90 hoodie just to meet Bianca Belair. Asuka, I tried to sneak in and act like I bought a ticket at WrestleMania to meet her. I love these women, but we all know one thing's true. Diamonds are forever, and so is Charlotte Flair. Woo! 15-time women's champion. Oh, man, this is going to be beautiful. I mean, yeah, I think a cash-in could happen. Asuka could probably win. Who cares? We need Charlotte Flair to remain undefeated at SummerSlam. This is the real streak. She's the new Undertaker every SummerSlam. Because Charlotte's getting that point in her career. She's going to be a well-deserved part-timer. And can you imagine the SummerSlams? We have the future SummerSlams. We have Roxanne Perez saying, "There's one thing I want to do. I want to beat Charlotte Flair at SummerSlam." And it's a new streak. And we get these amazing streak matches. Charlotte, she just shows up one time a year, shredded to the gills, where she's just going ahead and beating these poor women that are trying to beat this streak. Oh my God, it'll be beautiful. Steve, Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte, streak on the line. Who says no? Who says no? This is the
Take my money. Take my money.
I'm just saying, this is what WWE can do. They can make Charlotte Flair the new Undertaker. They don't have a streak anymore. WrestleMania, they lost the streak match. Now SummerSlam, we get a new streak match. We get the SummerSlam streak match. Charlotte Flair can take vacations. And we all know Charlotte Flair's body will be ready for the summer. She's always in these body magazines. They love this woman. I love this woman. She is going to be in the best shape in her life for years to come because a SummerSlam streak is going to happen. This is going to be a theme. Thank you, Triple H. You're welcome. I gave you a great idea. Please run with it. Don't do anything cute or stupid with Asuka winning or Bianca winning or Io cashing in on poor Charlotte. No, if you want Io to cash in on Charlotte, you do it on Monday Night Raw or Friday Night SmackDown. Give the SmackDown fans a match to be proud of and stuff. But Charlotte Flair, the streak will live, and it will be the new streak for the Undertaker. Every SummerSlam, we will have Boehner women matches. You are welcome. I'm just helping people out, man. This is great.
At 6-0 after she wins triple threat, and 7-0 after she beats Io to break Hulk Hogan's record.
Biased opinion.
Yeah. Justin, what do you got, man?
I
You
said
already
mine.
predicted.
That's
yeah,
it.
right.
We all
This is
chose
where we get-
Charlotte.
I am. I'm just again. I'm sorry. Just reading the comments here as well.
You guys
Dinesh.
chose Charlotte. I went Io Sky for the cash in.
Okay. Android Charlotte, you winning here.
Oh my, no, Android Charlotte, the GOAT. Yeah,
Charlotte,
there's a real man, doctor. And
The
I'm
goober
not
of all time.
of course.
Then she is that good. She's the goober of all time.
Oh no,
Yeah.
she's the greatest of all time.
Anyone thinking Trish or Becky better than Charlotte? Here's your proof.
I mean, she didn't get booed off the SummerSlam card. They're giving her match all the time in the world. Makes sense.
Exactly. And now
Dude,
we
and
get
how good will Charlotte look with that new belt, the white and the it's beautiful. She needs to add that to her collection.
exactly.
No, when Charlotte wins the belt that Rhea has, I'm gonna have to buy that, bro. Just because Charlotte with that belt,
I have to be there. I have to be there for that. Oh man. And then we get the main event. This is the
3-0 at Wrestle. No. Oh, you talk about Bianca? Yeah. Bianca's undefeated at WrestleMania.
Bianca.
I mean, yeah, but
Sasha,
here,
Becky, Asuka.
yeah,
Yes.
it's a pretty good streak for Bianca
Yes.
Belair.
Now,
I mean, Bianca's great. Don't get me wrong, but remember, it's like Charlotte's getting to the point of her career where it's like she's pretty much like almost like not on the way out, but like limiting her schedule. So if you want to get the most out of Charlotte Flair for years to come, you just do the streak matches. That's all I'm suggesting. You know, just imagine. Hey, we want to give Roxanne a rub. How do you give her a rub? She tries to break the streak of Charlotte Flair at SummerSlam, and it's just like, oh man, like that would just be such fun matches, easy to book. We get at least 2 women's matches a year at SummerSlam. I ain't complaining.
But you could do that without putting the title on Charlotte.
No,
because
that's what I'm
always
saying.
The number one complaint is Charlotte's always in the title picture
No,
at the
once-
expense of other people on the roster.
Once Charlotte becomes 17-time world champion, she don't need no belts anymore. We just need her to get to 17 and we're good.
She doesn't
Yep.
need to get to 17 here. Like, look at Cena. It took Cena a minute before he tied.
No, Cena's
Bret.
too noble. He doesn't want to break Rick's record. He's too friendly.
yeah,
He loves Rick too much.
yeah.
Charlotte's not noble. She's gonna be like, I want to break my dad's record, baby. Let's do this. She's doing it.
And then we get the main event. Don't let them fool you. Yeah, there's 4. No, this is the real main event. This is what's closing. This is what moved more tickets once this match was announced. Tribal combat for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. And also for the recognition of the tribal chief. Roman Reigns defending it all, putting it all on the line against that traitor.
Piece of shit.
That PO, yeah, like what Chase said. He puts upside down, Chase.
Oh my bad. You know, I was representing the Miz for a second. You know,
Traitor's a strong word, but continue.
That turncoat, that basura, that imbécil, that desgraciado, that Jey Uso. Biting the hand that fed him.
it's disgusting. Did you see that video, Steve, where he almost punched his kid for choosing Roman Reigns? This guy, this is not my chief. I'll tell you that right off the rip.
Yeah, it was
My chief was worried about his daughters. Remember when the Usos were trying to gaslight him at that horrible tribal court, and he was like, "My daughters are back there wondering what's wrong with me." I was crying for my tribal chief.
Exactly. Tribal combat for that beautiful title that Chase is holding there.
That Roman Reigns made. See this right here, SummerSlam. The belt was introduced at SummerSlam, and then we had a bunch of mediocre champions, and then my tribal chief came. My tribal chief made this belt. We had Brock Lesnar ruin this belt and take it hostage. We had Goldberg say get rid of Kevin Owens' loser side plates. We had Kevin Owens be like a mid-card champion with this belt. We have never had a real world champion until the tribal chief touched this when he returned at SummerSlam 2020 and he speared Oogly Boogly.
Hold
He
on, let me
speared
give
Care
you the
Bear.
main.
No. He speared Care Bear. He speared Oogly
Put that book a
Boogly.
little more.
He
There you
he
go.
told Oogly Boogly, "You're just a freak in the mask." He went to Care Bear and he said, "I made you. You're the reason why I'm relevant." And then he defended this belt against the greatest of all time in John Cena, SummerSlam 2021, right here in Las Vegas, Nevada, Allegiant Stadium. He went there and he beat Missionary John. And then at SummerSlam 2022, he exorcised the demon and defeated the beast incarnate, Brock Lesnar. And now, this SummerSlam, he works miracles on me. Do you see what he's doing? He took a bona fide tag team wrestler in Jey Uso, and he has made him into main event Jey, and they are fighting for this, the undisputed universal title. Roman Reigns' baby, 1,000+ days, almost 2,000. This is beautiful. Look at this man. Everyone wants this man to lose. It's ridiculous.
It's
ridiculous, Steve.
It's a travesty, man. It's a travesty.
Ridiculous.
It's a travesty, man. It's a crime, man. People who they should be arrested. They should be arrested.
Put in Guantanamo Bay, if you ask me.
Exactly. Frantic right here. We all know Roman's going to win. I got Roman. Serves y'all right. Gina, our tribal chief is giving Jay Judas a wake-up call.
Exactly.
Put the one up.
Of course.
Exactly. G Nation. Ref bump. Roman wins. That's how this is going.
I mean,
it's called a strategy.
How it happens.
It's a strategy at this point. I mean, you guys don't realize. I'm sorry that Roman knows how to use the referee when he's down. I mean, sorry that your favorites can't beat Roman Reigns. Just cheat. That's it. But they're so afraid. They're so afraid.
Roman makes your favorites lose and then go to another company. I mean, that's beside the point.
Oh, yeah.
That's beside the point, you know.
Smash them, stack them, show up and win. Life's not fair. God mode. I mean, here's the thing. When I talk about the tribal chief, it's just because everyone, you know, Roman Reigns had an interview with Ariel Helwani that I feel like a lot of people need to watch that took place before WrestleMania 37. You know, Roman Reigns just says people just don't understand the business like I do. I look at the business in a different way. And ever since that interview, and I remember where I was walking, I was doing my usual walk around the college that I live by. And I said, you know what? I'm going to look at this from the tribal chief's perspective. And this is when you start looking stuff at the tribal chief's perspective, things change, people. I'm just telling you, y'all just need to look at the business that way. And then you won't get upset when men like Cody Rhodes lose or number 2 loses. And you won't whine or be upset when you hear that beautiful rendition of Roman Reigns' theme play over the PA system when he wins. Life's not fair. Deal with it. And guess what? It's fair when you're on the island of relevancy. I mean, just watch the interview. You guys will see. You guys will see what I'm talking about, and you guys will see Roman Reigns, why he is one of the GOATs of all time. I'm just saying.
But that being said, listen, it should be a fun match. I know Roman's going to carry Jey Uso to a good match, give him the best match of his life.
I mean, you know, Jay is an asshole, but he's a good worker.
But you know what I mean. You know, again, Roman Reigns is doing, you know, again, out of the kindness of his heart, is giving Jey Uso the biggest payday.
Greatest charity I've ever seen.
Exactly. Not even asking for a split, just giving him the full pay, right? Good back. It should be a good back and forth. Y'all gonna think that Jay has a chance. Oh my God, Jay might get that close near fall, right? That close near fall, and Roman kicks out at the end. Michael Cole probably have a panic attack on commentary, right? It might happen, right? But when it's all said and done, Chase, what is Roman Reigns gonna do?
He's gonna win. He's gonna smash him. He's gonna spear him. Show up, win, wreck everyone, leave. 1, 2, 3. And I'm seeing all these people. They're being so cute with their bookings. Not only is this Universal title on the line, but the title of Tribal Chief is on the line. And people are saying that elders are going to come out and give Solo Sikoa Tribal Chief status. Stop it.
He's not ready
Solo
yet.
Sikoa, yeah, Solo Sikoa is a nice kid. I like the guy. He's a good kid. He's not Tribal Chief material yet. If Solo Sikoa becomes Tribal Chief, I'll understand if my tribal chief needs to, skip Fastlane, Survivor Series, any pay-per-view until Royal Rumble. I totally understand. It'll be a lot of emotional meltdown for Roman Reigns for this. I mean, I would be upset if the elders betrayed me too. So, but yeah, when it comes down to it, Roman Reigns, he is going to walk out, not just Universal Champion, but also as tribal chief. You guys got to stop being cute with this and stuff. You got to stop with, they're going to make Jay tribal chief. They're going to make, no. The tribal chief is the person who puts food on the table. The elders made Roman Reigns tribal chief because he is putting money on the table. He's the reason why the Anoa'i family is still one of the greatest families in wrestling history. It's because of Roman Reigns. This is why they did it. That traitor Dwayne Johnson, he doesn't want to show up. He'd rather give UFC fighters houses that Dana White won't give them and stuff. So, you know what? Instead of actually, fighting his cousin for the throne, he'd rather help UFC fighters out. So,
oh, come on, WCA.
what do you say?
Chase, the Roman Empire will fall one day. I love Roman Reigns, but Cody, whoever is going to, I guess, bring it, or I guess bring the championship. I guess he's trying to say Cody will one day, whenever or whoever.
One day can be after day 3,000. I don't know. Maybe when Roman Reigns is bored, doesn't want this belt.
If The Rock shows up at SummerSlam, I mean, cousin Dwayne, obviously the cousin.
I mean, is there a UFC fighter that needs a house? I think that's the only way he shows up.
I don't know. Maybe Matt Riddle.
I mean, the movies are on strike, so and also Young Rock got canceled, so maybe The Rock actually needs some work.
Maybe. Well, the one thing about The Rock, he has his own production studio. He can book his own. The strike, he does everything himself.
Yeah. Roman writes here. Roman not losing the tribal chief status until The Rock challenges it.
Yeah, I don't know why people want to crown Solo. He's not ready.
One day, one day. It's like Nah, I'm not gonna go.
Not anytime soon.
I was gonna use a Dragon Ball Z analogy, but no, never mind.
What? Goku didn't even put over Gohan. Gohan put over, and then he went to school and he became an asshole.
No, it's like when Dende became a Garden of the Earth. Eventually, in time.
That's a good one. Except Dende wasn't ready either. This motherfucker didn't know how to make Dragon Balls. Struggling.
Exactly. But eventually, he learned and he came along. He came a long way. But again, for me and Chase, it's obviously Roman Reigns. Justin, what about you, man? Who do you got, man?
I mean, it's obviously Roman, but I'm gonna make a case for Jay because y'all being hella disrespectful to Jay Uso. Y'all calling him Judas and all this shit, acting like this hasn't been coming for 3 years. Like Roman hasn't been beating the absolute fuck out of Jay Uso.
What? You been beating him up? What?
Like Hell in a Cell didn't happen where he almost sent Jimmy Uso to Jesus just to get Jay Uso to fucking submit and fall in line.
Yeah.
Like, even when Jay Uso won and main event Jay Uso, Roman still beat his ass just because, like, established dominance. Yeah. So it's like, it's not that, Jay's being Judas. It's like Roman's had like a fucking receipt longer than a CVS receipt coming. And then you go back to after WrestleMania, CVS. The Usos lose their tag team titles, and then Roman disowns him like immediately. He's like, I'm tired of you. It's like fucking like, Andy in Toy Story. It's like, I don't want to play with you no more. Like, nah. Like, Roman's kind of had this coming, and Jay has had fucking reason after reason after reason to go after his ass.
No, it's because Jimmy Uso put poison in his head. That's the reason why. I mean, Roman has a point. I mean, how are you losing to Sammy and KO? Sammy and KO hate each other, and then they hug, and all of a sudden they're back. They can beat the greatest tag team of all time. I mean, I just feel Jay got poisoned by Jimmy Uso. And then also, got poisoned by that traitor Sami Zayn. That guy's a real traitor.
But then here's the shit. Then also Jay can also use that in Roman, where it's like, I told you since day one, from the jump, Sami was not to be trusted, and you fucking started listening to him over your own fucking flesh and blood, to where you basically put Sami over me. The whole Sami Uso shit and whatnot. And what ended up happening? Sami turned his fucking back on the bloodline, on the family, and hit you with that fucking steel chair at Royal Rumble. And it's basically like, I fucking told you so. No, but who do you take it out on? Yeah, eventually you give Sami his lick back, but who do you eventually take that out on? My ass. Like, what the fuck? I'm the one that warned you about this from day one, and this is the fucking things I get? Nah. Roman's had an ass whooping coming. However, this is the 3-year culmination for Jay Uso as far as main event Jay Uso. Like, bro, your face is on a fucking billboard, plastered all over Detroit with your fucking cousin. You guys get to have tribal combat. Like, You guys are headlining a big four pay-per-view where you get to face your fucking cousin for the title and for the tribal chief status. Who knows if maybe Jimmy Uso comes back? You know, he's been on the shelf. Maybe he comes back and gets involved. But at the end of the day, this is Roman's world. We're just existing in it.
Exactly. We're on greatness on a different level territory. We're on the island of relevancy. Look,
We're
Jey
all
Uso,
about fisting, man. Thumbing optional. Pause.
hey, man,
Oh my God.
I'm always locked and loaded. I'm locked and loaded for these Roman matches, baby. Get ready. Ooh.
Ooh,
Big
that's
Mike.
why he goes, ooh, ah.
Hey
That's how
man, you
tribal
guys
comes.
outdid yourselves with that. I mean, I'm gonna just say Roman's gonna win. Jimmy's gonna have a shot, but he's gonna be close with no cigar. So
Well, you see,
yeah.
he even called him Jimmy. It don't matter what Uso's
I mean,
going.
Jay. Yeah,
No,
Jay.
Roman
My
Reigns.
bad. Yeah,
But look at what Roman has done. Feeding the Anoa'i family. They're main eventing the second biggest show. Oh, well, technically, the third biggest show of the year, because the biggest wrestling show of the year is happening in Wembley Stadium. So we have to be
Oh my
correct.
goodness.
We don't
But
just
This is
we
a whole
only got a
different
match on that
company.
card. Nah.
But it's the biggest wrestling show of all time.
So they say.
Says who?
This is the president of the company.
Yeah, that big goofball.
Oh,
Oh, come on, Mike! Don't upset one of our investors. Come
Hey,
on,
I
man.
didn't do what he just did.
He's not
Hey,
gonna take this shit.
hey, Big Mike, you got to tell me how the side plates look at SummerSlam. I might have to add another one to the collection. They're like the Infinity
I'll
Stone.
get you some. I'll get you some if they're in good range.
For sure. The disrespect on main event Uso is a damn travesty.
If Jay is facing anyone else, we get this 50-50, or we would probably say he wins. The problem is you're going against the one and only.
And I think people
He
need
is
to also
Thanos.
yeah, exactly. I think people need to also remember. I heard people always say, "Oh, Jay needs his moment." Jay had his moment at Money in the Bank.
I mean, technically, Jay had his moment when he won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale on WrestleMania SmackDown 2 years ago.
Mhm.
That is true as well.
And when he won the Undisputed Tag Team titles, and then when he won the SmackDown Tag Team titles from those poor Mysterios. I mean,
There's
that
many
is-
They
moments.
main evented night one of WrestleMania. That's the first time a tag team match ever main evented any part of WrestleMania.
and
And
what a
WrestleMania
beautiful main event that was. Oh, I can't believe Meek Mill walked him out too, if I'm not mistaken. Or
Was
Little
it very-
Uzi.
It was Lil Uzi.
Yeah,
It was
Lil
Uzi.
I was so
Because
we was
confused. I was
wondering.
like, what the fuck is he
Yeah.
doing out here?
Nah, Meek Mill gonna
Yeah.
walk him
They should
out.
have saved that for 40.
Yeah, Meek
Yeah.
Mill's walking him out at 40.
Oh, that'll be epic, yo! Imagine Dreams and Nightmare. Roman comes out. That's gonna be epic, yo!
Ooh.
I like to pray for times like this.
Or we get a false finish during the match, and all of a sudden, oh no, wait a minute, y'all thought we were finished? It's also stay long shit.
But that is SummerSlam in a nutshell. Overall, listen, it's gonna be a good show. We hope you all enjoy, but we're not done yet. We are not done. We still got other more topics to cover here before we put a bow on this. I'm sure we all saw this past week the documentary of Cody Rhodes on Peacock.
Yeah.
Finally, it dropped this past Monday, and a lot of people are talking about it. I will say this: I enjoyed it. It went almost 2 hours. But overall, I enjoyed the production of it, everything about this, the story. Yes, were there a lot of revisionist history? Absolutely.
Cody led that group, Steve. It was him. Without him, there's no
exactly.
AEW.
Yeah, without him, there's no AEW. Dusty Rhodes was an amazing father. Didn't do anything wrong. What else? The family loved Brandy Rhodes. They love Brandy.
Oh yeah, remember that was one of the themes. Like at first, they talked about that road to the top. Oh, Tio and Brandy don't get along.
But here, the entire Rhodes family love Brandy. You know,
Brandy was a fan favorite.
Exactly. Again, Dusty was a great father to Cody. I think Cody said the line, "Oh, Dusty belongs in the Hall of Fame of fathers." But if you watch Dustin's documentary, it's a different story. But that's no here or there.
Well, they at least clarify that, because remember they said that Dusty even says in a previous documentary he wanted to be there for Cody and Tio, he admits that he was a bad father in the past.
Yeah. And of course, AEW, right? Cody's the reason for AEW. He's the one who found the Bucks. The Bucks came to Cody.
He did it all.
He did it all, man. He funded
we completely omit the hottest fucking free agent wrestler ever. We're just gonna omit that part completely.
Yeah.
That Cody funded being the elite. He was funding it, and he opened the real forbidden door while going to Impact.
Dude, I literally think Undertaker only did that documentary so he could take pot shots at AEW. He's like, "Oh, you're going to talk about AEW? All right, I'll be on that documentary. I'll talk about Cody." Because I don't even remember any time Undertaker worked with Cody. I was like, "What the fuck is this? Why is he in the documentary?" He said like two things, like, "Yeah, kid had talent," and then when it came to the AEW part, it was rubbing his hands like, "Oh, that promotion." That guy hates AEW.
Hulk Hogan was in the documentary as well. I don't know why. I mean, it's not like Cody and Hogan ever had, but I guess when it comes to money, right? I mean, everyone knows Hogan's all about the money over the years, and then again, there was the line that our boy Paul said, the secondary promotion, and this got everyone upset. Even Tony Khan, we
know that crushes that goose ego.
He couldn't help himself, man. And the Freakazoids went off on Twitter, man. How dare you call our beloved AEW secondary promotion? You'll see. I know Tony responded, "Oh, I mean, we're not secondary when it comes to all Europe." I mean, to my understanding, and again, we don't live in Europe, but if we have European listeners listening right now, or when you wake up tomorrow morning, whatever it may be, AEW is free in Europe. Yes. It's free. So, of course, they're number one. They're free. You're on free TV. Meanwhile, if you want to watch the Fed, you got to fork over some euros for BT Sports.
Oh, man.
You have to. Listen, was Paul wrong with the line? No, it was not. There's nothing wrong with being secondary.
Lie?
Exactly. They are secondary.
Wow, you're selling out All In and Wembley. Congratulations. This is the first time you're selling out Wembley. Meanwhile, you have record-breaking numbers at SoFi Stadium for WrestleMania, for Rumble in the fucking Alamo Dome, for Clash at the Castle, for fucking Money in the Bank in London. I mean, Detroit's going to be pretty nice and packed. You already got people buying the fucking travel packages for WrestleMania 40. And this is just this year. It's like, nice. That's nice. You finally got an 8,000 venue, but we've kind of done it like 4 or 5 times already this calendar year. Catch up.
Yeah,
exactly.
Look, here's the thing. Triple H wasn't wrong in what he said. I mean, they are a secondary promotion. Because here's the thing. No one's saying, "Oh, that guy's an AEW wrestler." They say, "Oh, he wrestles for WWE." No matter what, WWE is always going to be on the mind for people who don't watch wrestling. All right, that's just the bottom line when it comes down to it. You can argue it to your mother
a million times.
If you showed someone a picture of Kenny Omega and you said, "Where does he wrestle?" They're gonna say, "Oh, he has to wrestle for WWE." They don't think he's a WWE wrestler, and he don't even wrestle there. So that's just it. That's just how it is. Look, I get it. A lot of people love AEW. AEW for them, it's like their precious baby. But y'all gotta understand, Triple H wasn't wrong. Like Cody could have been the top guy of a promotion that he made. And a lot of people, like, let's be real, people were joking, "Oh, he's going to Jeff Jarrett it. He's going to make himself the top guy. He's going to do this." He didn't want that. He wanted to take a risk, get out of his comfort zone, go on and try to become the top dog of WWE. And I give him props for that. I mean, not a lot of guys would want to do that. Heck, we're going to talk about some guys who didn't want to take a risk, who wanted to stay in their comfort zone. And that's totally up to them. That's their preference. But there's nothing wrong with what Triple H said. The Cody documentary itself, really well done. You should know WWE has all these ESPN people now working on their documentaries. And if you watch any 30 for 30, you know how it's going to work. I felt Stephen Amell did a great job narrating the documentary. I think they did. This is like the first time where the WWE actually did a good job telling the story from start to where they are in their career. Because sometimes they just randomly stop at a random point and we're like, "Oh, what?" They went into great detail. They gave us a lot. The only thing I was disappointed in I thought we were going to get more access of like Cody's life, and we didn't really get too much access of Cody's life. That was the only thing that I was kind of disappointed in. But other than that, I felt it was a really good documentary. It was a good watch. Didn't even feel like 2 hours. I looked up and I was like, oh, what? That was 2 hours? No, I felt went by fast. But yeah, all you people getting mad about secondary promotion and stuff. Like, look, like Justin said, if you guys were a top promotion, you wouldn't have to half sell TD Garden. TD Garden, you could have fully sold. I'm just saying, like, you didn't have to do a half arena for TD Garden.
Or you would have not gone to Albany and use a 13,000 seat arena and just fill up only 4,000.
Yeah.
In Albany, in freaking Albany of all places. Again, listen, no one's taking jabs here at AEW. We want them to succeed. We're happy that they're around.
I'm taking a jab.
I know we do. I know we do. Like I know every time on Thursday when the ratings come in, right? And I see
don't play your no Millie clip. It's horrible right now.
I'm not playing. I know.
I saw you. You're getting the mouse ready.
I know. I'm just reading.
I want them to see it's just there's levels to this. There's a reason why when a major sports team wins a title, they have the trophy in one hand and a WWE title in the other hand. And you know what you don't see? An AEW world title. Y'all are getting there, but at the same time, y'all need to go 3 months without having scandals, without people fucking wearing blackface during your main event performing, without having without a weekly complaint of like, why are we not getting the women on certain times and stuff like that. This is the first time you had a women main event since Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker, which was what, like a year
Justin,
plus ago?
You should check out there's this woman, what was her name? Lufisto. She just recently
I think so.
She just recently did an interview with Fightful and stuff. It's crazy what's been going on that back. That definitely, and then she made a thread just not too long ago on Twitter talking about this. Like, that's like what you said. You're like, I mean, the hottest scene in AEW, man. You know how pumped I was for AEW when I heard Andrade was wanting to punch Sammy Guevara. I was ready for that. I was like, I want this episode. This is great.
Exactly, bro. Absolutely.
I was like, give me my boy Andrade wanting to kick someone's ass.
But again, listen, the Cody documentary was great. Dare I say, probably their best one.
No, because they do one thing WWE does extremely well, and I said this when we were doing the Cody Rhodes documentary watch along. WWE does documentaries really good. Between the 24 special, between their 365 Chronicle, you have the Cody Rhodes documentary, you got the Paul Heyman documentary, CM Punk documentary, Jeff Hardy documentary. They do documentaries extremely well. So this is hard to really be like best ever. Is like, we gotta really think about that.
Yeah, I feel like if they would have just focused on Cody's return, like Cody in the Indies to Cody's return, like I feel like we didn't really need, like, Cody Rhodes was a amateur wrestler. Like, we didn't need that. I was like, I don't care. We would have just gotten Cody Rhodes, like, the day of WrestleMania, and he goes, well, I'm here in my tour bus. Let's see how this goes. And then we go and we talks about his time in AEW. We deep dive to independent Cody Rhodes. Like, I didn't need the whole, like, the only thing about the Stardust thing, they made it sound like it was going to be way more depressing than it was. Like, I was expecting, like, Cody Rhodes to have, like, dark rages and stuff. But yeah, the Stardust thing, I felt bad for the guy.
He was drinking whiskey and Gatorade.
Dude, oh my. When
that was like one of the
how
shockers.
much of a savage you got to be, because those two things do not fucking mix.
You know when he said that, I almost puked because I was just thinking, ew, who the fuck puts red Gatorade? I almost puked because I'm like, that sounds so disgusting. And he was drinking cheap whiskey too, so it's like Southern Comfort or some bullshit, and it's like,
he was going through some depression where it's like, bro, I don't even care. This is about to fuck me all up in my stomach.
Yes. At least AEW doesn't have Vince. What does that even mean?
Oh, they got
that's
Tony
fair
Khan,
because sometimes
That's
you
fair.
need to change the pace, because there's times where Vince gets it right, and there's times where Vince is so fucking tone deaf and misses the fucking point. Whereas Tony Khan offers an alternative, and that's the thing. Is like, we need an alternative to WWE because they're not always batting 1,000.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
They're not.
Like if you could get WWE's PLEs and AEW's weeklies, I feel like that's like the best you could get out of any promotion. Because I feel AEW, that's what they're the best at, is the weeklies. I just think AEW's pay-per-views, sometimes it just get massively overrated because I'm like, bro, like I don't know what y'all talking about. This is not the greatest show I've ever seen.
Facts. But then we mentioned it now, like Chase mentioned earlier, about someone again, a former PIA, a former EVP taking a risk, right? Leaving his comfort zone, right? And look at him now, right? Won a Royal Rumble, main evented WrestleMania. People said, "Oh, after WrestleMania, oh, it's over for Cody. It's done." You know, he's still over as Rover. There's a probability that he might go 2 for 2 at the Royal Rumble next year and go to Philly and headline. There's a possibility. We don't know, but it's possible. It's quite possible, right? And people are going to be there for the moment. They want to see that moment of Cody finally, whether it happens or not, we don't know, but that's what they want to see, right? On the other side of the coin, the news came out literally yesterday that the Elite have re-signed with All Elite Wrestling. This came from Justin Barrasso of Sports Illustrated that reported that all 4 members of the group, Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, and Hangman Adam Page, have re-signed multi-year deals with AEW, ending months of speculations about their future. Furthermore, Omega and the Bucks will retain their EVP roles within the promotion. Yeah.
Shocker.
The shocker.
Oh.
I mean, can we just be honest here? Okay. Let's assume here for a second, have they gone to the Fed, right? Had they gone over to the Fed, let's assume for 1 second that, oh my God, the Elite are not resigning. They're leaving, right? That's it. That's it for AEW.
No, they'll still be around. They still have money, Steve. What are you talking about?
They have money, but the momentum, like the heart of it, will be gone.
I mean, Steve's right, because if you really look at it and sit back, like the Bucks will do okay in WWE, Kenny Omega will do great in WWE, but the optics of it, where like the founding members of All Elite Wrestling bounce from the company by like year 5, like none of the core 4
less than 10 years.
there.
Less than 10
years. The core members are basically like deuces. Like that's like when you turn the camera onto Tony Khan, like what the fuck is going on backstage? That the guys that helped build this company were like, you know what, the grass is green on the other side. Let me get the fuck out of here.
That's true.
You know what I mean? And I guarantee you, there's a lot of talents. And again, they also broke news that, in case you guys care or not, that the Dark Order resigned. Big whoop.
Oh man!
All members of the Dark Order.
WWE was definitely going for Evil Uno. I know that.
1 million Uno.
Yes, exactly. But other than that, listen. Again, I'm happy for them. They resigned. I'm sure Tony threw the bag at them at the Elite, threw the bag. But now what we got to work on is for the EVPs to grow a set, start acting like the role that they signed up for, and try to sit it out and talk it out with Phil.
They need to manage a target, was what you're saying, Steve.
Basically, yeah, manage a target. Stop acting like they're freaking Reseda.
Oh no. In the mud.
I mean, but again, in reality, though, they gotta sit again. If you're Tony Khan, listen, try to way to get everyone in a room, finally talk this shit out. I don't want to hear, the Bucks, if they don't feel like they need to, they shouldn't. Nah, that's BS. That's BS. At the end of the day, these folks are EVPs. They signed up for a management role here.
Steve, they're not just EVPs; they're adults.
They're adults. Exactly.
They're adults.
But the main point is, though, they're management, y'all. They're management.
Yeah, can you imagine you couldn't go talk to your manager at any of the job that you work at? I'd be like, what? I can't talk to you because we don't like each other?
That'd be stupid.
That sort of happened to me currently. But
that's happened to me before. But then again, that was like put the shot clock on how long I stay here.
Yeah, exactly. Facts.
Steve, they said that they will be on Collision, Steve. I mean, come on. To quote someone that works at Impact Wrestling, like, do you really think they're gonna go to Collision? Like, come on now.
I think it was good for AEW to keep him because you can't, like you said, you can't really lose the E in Elite. That'd be kind of ridiculous. Otherwise, you might have to change your name to All MJF Wrestling or something.
Well, CM Punk
AMW.
does. He put a big X in it.
Yeah, AXW. Maybe you're AXW now. It's the CM Punk show and stuff. You're no longer AEW. But yeah, I was just kind of like disappointed more in Hangman re-signing because I'm like, bro, like you have so much potential, dog. Like you should go to the Fed. You're a Fed wrestler. Him saying in AEW, it feels like, I don't know, Hangman. I love Hangman Page. I think he's a great wrestler. He puts on bangers, but he's kind of getting that James Storm effect. You know, James Storm, he stayed in TNA way too long, but it's like, you know, James Storm actually, you know what I'm saying? Like James Storm was great. He was a fan favorite, but then there was a point where it was just like when James Storm tried to jump over, it just never connected. I'm afraid that will happen with Hangman. Like, I don't know why. I really like him, but he's just kind of getting that weird point where he's perfect to move on. Kenny and the Bucks, look, Kenny Omega, he's killed himself in Japan. He's all beat up. He probably just wants to chill, relax, play video games and stuff like that. That's totally fine. And plus, Kenny Omega's that one guy. WWE will re-sign him no matter what. No matter what his age is, they'll be like, we need your dumb ass. Come here. Come with us. They'll sign him no matter what. The Young Bucks, you know, they're obviously happy with what they get. It is what it is. I wish they would have pushed their comfort zone a little bit, said, hey, you know what? Let's test the waters. I want to see fresher matchups and stuff. And really, to be honest, they need to prove anything to us. No, and also with Kenny and the Young Bucks, they don't really need to prove they'll push out of their comfort zones because they've done it. They've done it. But Hangman, to me, he's been riding comfortable since the start of his career. Besides, you know, giving up being a teacher to be a wrestler, this guy's been, you know, with the Elite. He's been with the Bullet Club. He's kind of been handed almost everything. So I think for me, I kind of want to see if Hangman was able to, you know, take on the grind a little bit. I don't know, because we saw with Omega, he took a chance. He wasn't the Fed. He left. He tried to do MMA fighting. He sucked at that. He went back to wrestling, and look at this. The Young Bucks, they were Generation Me. We remember these guys. They were like the greatest jobber tag team in TNA history. These guys were just enhancement talents. And then they said, you know what? Let's just be idiots and do super kicks. And it got over. And they did a great job. They took risks too. So these guys, they know how to take risks. But Hangman Adam Page really disappointed me re-signing. I really felt Hayner should have taken a chance. But you know what? If he wants to be the James Storm of AEW, good on him. You know, happy for you. I hope they just make money. That's all I care about, them making money at the end of the day.
Sorry about your damn luck.
See, I disagree. I'm kind of happy where Hangman's at because I'm thinking it from the other side. Like, where does he fit in WWE? Where you have Seth Rollins, you have Austin Theory, you have Ricochet, you have Riddle, you have Bush that's stuck in Sheamus's crew. You have such an abundance of talent, and then not to mention, you also got NXT. At some point, Carmelo Hayes is coming up. Some point, Trick Williams is coming up. Some point, they've invested in Braun Breaker. He's coming up. Some point, Dragunov is going to come up. Where does Hangman really fit in the scheme of WWE? Where it's like, yeah, he's a talented wrestler. Guess what? WWE has like a bunch of them. They got people that sit in catering. Cedric Alexander can't get off his ass in catering and can wrestle his ass off. But Mustafa Ali had to come back down to NXT. Baron Corbin had to come back down to NXT. Jinder Mahal's starting a fucking new faction and shit like that. It's like, where does Hangman really fit in the scheme of WWE? That's
what I want to see. That's why I wanted him to go. I wanted to see him take a risk. I want to see, like, hey, is he really this big star that we think he is, or is he just, you know, the James Storm of AEW? Like, oh, he's over in his company. That's it. That's what I want to see. I like to see wrestlers take a chance and stuff. You know, like Kenny Omega took that chance. Same with the Young Bucks. They took those chances and stuff. They showed me that. They took chances.
If Hangman's to take that chance, I'd rather see him go to New Japan. Because at some point, Ospreay's not going to stay forever.
Yeah, that would be great,
and
too.
I want to see you in G1. I want to see you go against those type of guys and work that strong style to see, like, can you do what Cody did? Cody pulled up in New Japan a couple times. Like, can I see you do that?
Yeah, and that's because my thing with Hangman is this. He's always been with the Elite. Everyone's just, we'll chase, you know. No, he's always been with the Elite. He was gift wrapped. Literally, they made the world title for him. They built the whole world title storyline for him. This guy's been gift wrapped. All these great opportunities. I just want to see, hey, if you go somewhere else, how do you succeed? That's it. I'm not saying he has to go to the Fed. I was just saying I'm more disappointed Heyman resigned because I would like to see him take a risk, take a chance. You know, say, hey, you know what? Thank you guys. You guys made me into the adult I am. But really, to be honest, I just feel like I would just be in your guys' shadow no matter where I go. I need to break out of that shadow, like Drew McIntyre did, like Cody Rhodes did. You know, like they Bobby Lashley, they were stuck at a certain point. They left, they took a chance, and bam, that's all I want a Heyman to do and stuff. And if he fails, oh, so be it. I'll still like the guy. It's not like, oh man, this guy sucked in the Fed. I can't like this guy. No, wherever he goes, he's fine.
But here's the thing, PZ. I know WWE will find a spot for Hangman. The thing is, will they use him? Because you also got to remember, out of all the guys we named on this super loaded roster, WWE also loves to rely on the part-timers and the Hall of Famers. Brock Lesnar will always have a place in WWE's card. Fucking Goldberg, if Goldberg wants a match, Goldberg's getting a match. Edge, if Edge wants a match, Edge is getting a match. Rey Mysterio's still around for a reason. New Day is going to come back at some point. And those are people that are off TV, right? If Randy Orton gets healed, Randy Orton will have a spot in his card. If John Cena feels like pulling up and getting a match, John Cena's getting a match. And then where does Hangman fit in that equation? That's where he gets dropped down in the pecking order. He'll have a spot. It's just a matter of, do they use him? How do they use him?
That's the thing too. I mean, it's also one of those things. I did hear, they want to be. They want to be more. They want to be home more often. They want to be with their families. So I guess that all took into an effect. But I mean, as far as I know, AEW, they're not touring every 300 days a year. They're only doing their the weekly shows, and that's it. And some house shows. But other than that, I mean, should the day ever come where Hangman makes the move? Because like you guys, like people are saying in the chat, Hangman is a Fed guy. He looks like someone for that should be in the Fed. Only time will tell. Look at Cross and some of the people Triple H brought back.
Yeah, that's Triple H not knowing how to book, and also carrying Cross, bro. What are you doing with your hair, bro? Get rid of that used car salesman look. Go back to that skinhead look.
Yeah. Will writes here, the real question is, would Ricky Stark go to WWE or stay in AEW when his deal is up?
The Revolution is televised.
The Revolution is televised, yeah.
That's a good question.
He loves Cody, dude. I think if Cody told him to come, he would come.
To be fair, to be fair as well, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of talent in AEW who looked at what Cody did. Granted, it's Cody Rhodes. It's Cody Rhodes we're talking about here, right? He was able to make that all that happen, right? But again, you're seeing someone that was part of their organization and see the success that they have outside of the AEW bubble, and they may want to take that chance. Who's to say by the time we hit 2024, right, and there's that bidding war, who to say MJF makes the move to Connecticut? Who's to say, right? Whenever their deal is up, Adam Cole makes his way back. You just never know. We don't really know right now.
Yeah, we don't know what these guys really want to do.
At the end of the day, who to stay? Sammy Guevara.
Sammy Guevara will be like, "Who wants me?" And Vince will be like, "Nah, I'm good, bro." Sammy Guevara, you can stay in AEW. I don't want you. You can have your theme song over there with your girlfriend. Go form another faction with Chris Jericho. You're not breaking down any walls out here. I think the one guy they'll take for sure is Max Caster. Listen.
Yeah, listen, I can't do a Paul. I'm sure Paul wanted to keep on rapping.
Who's a random AEW wrestler that you guys would be surprised the Fed took? Who's like that one? You're like, what? Really? They want him?
Aaron Solo.
Bailey's. Well, he was already there.
Oh.
Was he already there?
No, that's Bailey's fiance. Yeah. Bailey's ex-fiance.
He was like in the high A ball of NXT. He was just doing the house shows.
Nah, he was never really. He was mostly on the indies. I don't recall him ever going there. Maybe he did like enhancement matches, but here and there on NXT. But
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the house shows, he was mainly on the house shows. Yeah. CP, I like what CPZ said.
Big Bill.
Yeah,
Big Bill. He was there before.
I know, but I would be surprised if he goes back.
Romeo.
I think Carmelo.
Romeo has a good one too. That's a really good one.
Wheeler useless.
Oh man, I could do if they signed Wheeler Yuta. Like if I read reports, I'm like reading reports. Yeah, WWE was really red hot and adamant of signing Wheeler Yuta. I'll be like, that's it. I'm done. I don't know what we're talking about here. We signed it. We trying to get Wheeler Yuta to a max contract. I'm telling my trainer Rikishi, tell me what I need to do, man. I'm ready. Let's do this. I'm telling Big Oos. I'm telling my boss Rikishi. Rikishi booked me on every show. Wheeler Yuta's making a mill. I'm making a mill next year. Ain't
All
no
right,
fucking way.
Good job, Chase. Oh, all right, Chase. Okay.
Yeah,
I can
no,
do
you
Rikishi.
know what Rikishi would tell me? Good job, brother. Make sure I get a cut.
There you go. There you
Yeah,
go.
I'm not even joking. He'll say that too.
Regal has some influence now, so I wouldn't be shocked.
I'm telling you guys, this guy Wheeler Yuta, he's absolutely magnificent. You don't want to miss out on what he can do. I'll be like, what? Who?
Imagine,
That was good.
imagine they're showing. Imagine them showing a video. Like the video they're showing them is Wheeler Yuta versus Moxley from Rampage.
I know you guys know this man as Dean
where
Ambrose, but
he
here is John Moxley, a vicious, brutal man that wants to make everyone bleed. And look at Wheeler Yuta here. Look at the facials that he's showing. This is what you want. This is what you call, Paul, I believe, cinema. I just don't see it, man. But man, John Moxley, he looks pretty buff here. Damn, he's been here in the gym. Wish he did that with us, man. Wish he did that with us.
exactly. Wheeler Yuta is thank you, Dr. Thanos. Thank you.
Oh man, dude.
Who's
another guy? Who's another guy or girl that I'd be like, wait, really? They wanted this person?
Sky Blue.
Oh no, they want Sky Blue. She's pretty much shorter core Jade.
Sky Blue. Sarah. Was that I almost said Sarah.
She has great assets.
Yeah.
Anna J.S.
Anna J. Scott Jade Cargill.
No, Steve.
No, they want Jade Cargill.
Shocked that the WWE signed them. That they were like, like how Brian Pillman Jr. got a contract, and we're like,
Abaddon.
What? This guy?
Okay. Lee Johnson.
Oh, he's a Cody guy. He has a chance.
Okay. Q Tijuana.
He's also Cody. You're saying Cody people.
I'm sorry.
Cody will put in the word. He'll be like, guys, I'm telling you, QT Marshall. He will be a great backstage producer.
That's the one for me where I'd be like, really? So we're just handing out contracts.
QT Marshall. Oh, he'll just go backstage. Yeah, he'll be Booker.
No.
Producing matches.
You know what, Steve? Your favorite wrestler, Action Not Ready. I feel like
I was gonna say
Action Not Ready. Oh,
dude, if I hear WWE is like, yeah, we were trying hard to get Action Ready, I'll be like, what? You got did Jericho call you guys and be like, hey, listen, guys, I think this guy right here, big star. I'll be like, what? What are we doing here? We're giving max contracts to Action. Oh man,
Brock Anderson.
Oh, dude. Do you think he's kind of bad?
Abaddon.
What'd she do?
I don't know.
You could put her with Bray Wyatt. You could put her with
Romeo.
Saraya.
I think that we would like keep her. We don't want that headache.
Yeah, no, Triple H.
We don't want her. We don't want her problematic boyfriend. We don't need her skating all over another title. Like, no, keep her.
Hey, Justin, we've done this before, but can you think of a fictitious trade? Like, say Tony Khan and Triple H. There's a trade deadline in wrestling. They're making last-minute trades that would shock us. Who says no? Give us a fictitious AEW WWE trade where they both say yes or no. Steve, you can take down the photo. They're not talking right now. Give us a trade, a fair trade, and we'll say if both would say yes or both would say no, or one would say yes, the other would say no.
Okay.
It can be of any value that you feel of it. You can trade 2 wrestlers for 1, 3 for 1. You can trade men and women, maybe 2 men, 1 woman for 1 wrestler. What's a trade that you feel like both would either say yes to, and we will say if they both will say yes? I love asking people this because it's always interesting.
Damn, this is hard to think on the spot. A 1v1 swap, I could see Jade Cargill for Bailey.
Ooh.
Jade Cargill is perfectly made for WWE. Bailey has literally done everything she can in WWE. This will give her a life outside of WWE where it's like, can you exist without WWE? And also, you can also rejoin your best friend and go on your merry way as far as golden role models rejoining and just terrorizing the indies and or AEW. As soon as Mercedes foot heals up, it gives you a fresh matchup for Bailey to wrestle people on AEW. It gives AEW a bigger name credibility. You know, Soraya is a big name, but at the same time, she was coming off a severe injury, hadn't really done much in ring, whereas Bailey brings a lot more to the table, and she also helps the current women there now. Whereas Jade going to WWE, she is built for the fucking Performance Center.
Mm-hmm.
She is built for NXT. Sean will have her ready to go 6 months and immediately be like, all right, that's your NXT Women's Champion that you build up the same way you build up Braun Breaker. And then when she goes to the main roster, she just stands the fuck out.
I
Like
like
you could
that.
see her across Charlotte Flair one day and just be like, I get it. This makes sense. But Jay will be a much better wrestler by then. Because
I
he's gonna make sure she knows every single ins and outs basis and all that before that ever happens.
I think both say yes there. I think Tony Khan would take advantage of Bailey. Bailey's like super more popular than any of the women that he currently owns. So it's like, and then you're trading away Jade, who has great crossover appeal, but really, to be honest, she doesn't fit with the other women that are on that roster. If that makes sense.
She doesn't fit AW. AW wants women that can actually go in there, put
Yeah,
on great matches, and put on bangers. Jade's not there.
yeah, and Bailey can put on banners. She can do that, and like you mentioned, Mercedes, it gives you that Mercedes ticket and stuff like that. So that's the only thing that I feel Triple H would be like, I don't know, man. You get Mercedes out of this. I need a little bit of more extra cachet. You're giving me Jade. I'm giving you Bailey. I need one more person.
Or if Jay's not big enough a name, all right, Bailey for Britt Baker, because Britt Baker is also
Oh,
someone that's made for WWE.
oh.
Britt Baker is also someone that's
I
made,
think
done
Tony
everything in
Tony
AEW.
Khan's saying no to that. He's saying, oh, give it up, Britt, staying with the company. I really like her. She's great. DMD, one of our best wrestlers, one of our best. Ooh. Maybe, who Steve? Who would we throw in the package to make it fair for Bailey and Jade? Who is Triple H asking for?
Thunder Rosa.
Okay, Steve, you're a horrible GM. He's not asking for no damn Thunder Rosa.
Ricky Starks.
There we go. I like that. See, Justin thinking out. There we go. Look, Tony.
Triple H is asking for Ricky Starks. Tony Khan's asking for Austin Theory.
Okay, no. We're giving you Bailey. You guys you give us Jade and Ricky, because when you get Bailey, you also get Mercedes. I'm not losing another young talent, all right? That's how Triple H is thinking, and that's why I like it, because that's a fair trade. That's a fair trade. Chris Statlander. Oh no,
that's no,
That's got
that's too
NXT
much.
written on her.
yeah, Triple H will get an F grade for me if he's trading for Chris Statlander. I'll be like, what are you doing? What's this?
Exactly.
Steve, do you got a trade?
Let's see here. Trade here.
Don't say Thunder Rosa. That was horrible.
No.
Especially for freaking Bailey. That's like an F
For
trade I've ever seen.
For Bailey, right? For Bailey. Okay.
Oh, anyone. You can make a trade.
Okay.
I like Romeo's Ricky Starks for Ricochet, but I feel like you need a little bit more cachet for Ricky Starks. Ricochet's not enough.
I think Tony want to go younger.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll go younger here. So
giving up a great young talent for Ricochet, I don't know. Maybe you have to give him Logan Paul, the remainder of Logan Paul's contract.
Yeah.
Not to mention, if Ricochet goes, does that also mean Samantha Irvin goes?
Yeah, exactly. Take the partners in account.
Exactly. There you go. That'll be a swoop right there. For a trade here. Let's see here. So Paul would want MJF.
Okay, but who's he trading?
Is he trading?
Because you got to trade at least 2 or 3 wrestlers for MJF. You ain't going to get him for cheap.
I know. Paul wants MJF, and Tony would get in return.
Okay.
He would get Carmelo Hayes.
Okay.
Carmelo Hayes.
Okay.
He would get
I was going to say, you probably have to go this route.
Riddle.
Oh no,
No,
he lost. You lost him at
you were
Riddle.
going good.
You lost him at Riddle. There's
Okay.
other
I
names that
like
you
Riddle,
probably
but not an MJF trade. That would have to be
Yeah.
something a little lesser.
Carmelo Hayes.
Yeah,
You want
Melo
maybe
makes
what
sense.
you want like a veteran, right? Maybe a veteran, someone that's been around, seen the
Yeah,
thing.
like a young guy and a vet, or two young guys and a vet.
Randy Orton.
Ooh, he might budge on, but Orton's back. I don't know. That you might have to throw in another piece, so it'll be a 4-for-1 here, Steve, by throwing in Orton, because Tony's going to be like, what's Randy's medicals looking like, man? I don't want to trade for a guy that doesn't show up, man, and he just retires on me.
Boom,
Like,
I got it. MJF for Carmelo Hayes and Charlotte Flair. Because
oh
now
no,
you're
Triple
trading.
H just hanging up the phone.
No, untouchable Charlotte.
Here's where I'm going with it, because Andrade's over at AEW, so now you're
That's true.
pairing Charlotte back over there. Plus, you're trading star power for star power, because MJF is your current top champion. Charlotte is one of the greatest women's wrestlers of all time, top champs. Now that makes more sense of a 1v1. Plus, you're also getting someone younger in Carmelo Hayes. So that's where it balances out. And in WWE's case, yes, I know they love Charlotte, but you also have Becky Lynch. You also have Bianca Belair. You also have Asuka. You also have women coming up that you're not even fucking using. You can always bring back Sasha Banks.
That's true.
Oh, look at this.
No.
For MJ, Carmelo, Edge, and Drew.
See, now let's remove Edge, because Tony won't say Edge. How about the Golden Goose, the guy he couldn't get? He wanted to sign him, and he decided to go back to the Fed. Kevin Owens, Kevin Steen. You get Kevin Steen, you get Drew McIntyre, and you get Carmelo Hayes just for MJF. I think Tony says yes. I think Triple H is a little reluctant, but he will be like, you know what? They can have Drew. They can have Kevin. Kevin would be happy. He's with his buddies. Yeah, he's no longer with Sami Zayn, but he's with his old buddies. That was the one guy that they really wanted back. Was Kevin that the elite wanted. They wanted Kevin Owens. So you're pleasing the elite by taking this trade. And you get Carmelo Hayes. Like, yeah, you don't, he's no MJF, but
Yeah.
he's still a young talent. You can build a TNT. You can build the international title around him, because we know Melo's good with that. And we saw how he did with the A-Champ stuff. And then he moved on to the world title, and he hasn't skipped a beat. So I feel like that is an approval, because Edge too old. Like, we don't. What are you going to get Edge for? To sell some T-shirts? No, that trade makes no sense. But MJF for Kevin Owens / Steen, for Drew McIntyre, and for Carmelo Hayes, that's a winning trade. That trade gets approved. Big Mike, what do you say?
Yeah, I like it. I was also thinking about a little bit, like, if they wanted to do like tag teams or factions, but sort of tag teams. I was thinking like LDF and the Lucha Bros, maybe.
For the Lucha Bros.
Legado del Fantasma and the Lucha
You
Bros.
got to call them LWO. I forgot that their name.
Oh
was
yeah,
LWO.
LWO, yeah, but
Yeah.
minus Ray.
Yeah.
Well, that's where Tony's going to argue. Well, if I'm training you to Lucha Bros, I feel like I should get Rey Mysterio on the LWO because he's part of the faction, and also Zelina Vega, so I should get all of them.
No. How about this is gonna be a little crazier. Hook for Dominic Mysterio. Yeah.
You know how fast Tony Khan would make sure the league approves that trade, because Triple H would try to approve that trade. He would be like, "Oh, I get Hook. Oh yeah, I get a talented wrestler." Shit. Actually, no. I think Triple H likes Dom
I
a
think
little
Triple H says no.
Yeah, I think Dom's.
Dom is a
Not now.
fucking heat magnet.
bit. Yeah, and that's
Without-
true. And then also Mommy too. Mommy will veto the trade. She will come into the. What are you doing trading Dum Dum? Like, she will make sure
Yeah.
that.
Her
I agree with
Latino-
Romeo here.
her-
Hook in the mud, man.
Her Latino heat.
His momentum is
Who do you think?
down right now.
I always feel Seth Rollins would be perfect in AEW. What's the fairest trade for Seth Rollins?
Tyler Black. Roderick Strong.
It would have to be Seth and Becky because they're a package deal.
Yeah,
which
yeah,
means
that's the
it has to
problem.
be Britt
Sammy
So
and
it'd be
Tay.
Adam,
Yeah.
Britt.
and someone else, because
Yeah,
while
Roderick
Adam's
Strong.
up there, the concussion stuff kind of worries to where like, all right, we got to balance this on top of Seth and
Steve, stop
Becky are
putting
actual
Roderick
main
Strong
eventers.
in the trade package. Triple H is going to be like, we released him for a reason, man. We don't want him. His no trade clause. Roman has a no trade clause. Roman gets out. Hey, Roman.
Sorry,
What would be the package
I
if
think so,
Tony
too.
wanted Roman Reigns?
He's never getting Roman Reigns. Roman
Yeah,
would fucking veto
half
that.
the
Roman
roster.
would show up,
No,
just
no,
to
no.
punch Tony in
Okay.
the throat and walk away. Like
Okay.
absolutely fucking
Roman
up.
would show up. He'd be like, "This is not my yard. This is not my company. I'm now on the island of irrelevancy."
No.
Later.
Okay.
Roman would be like, I don't
How
even want to
much-
work Monday
who-
nights. You think I really want to come
Who
here
the
and work
star?
Wednesdays?
Who the star of the Jaguars? The star player for the Jaguars right now.
Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence.
Whatever he makes salary, that's what you're paying Roman right
Oh,
there.
that's true. I guess.
That's not going to be enough.
Yeah.
You have to give the company
A
the
week.
fucking Roman Reigns, and
A
even Roman be like,
month.
"You think I really want to wrestle against this guy named Phil on a Saturday? Get the fuck out of here."
you have me wrestling on a Saturday? Oh no.
You want me to stand next to MJF and look
Oh,
down
no.
on him?
Do you think Roman's invoking the no trade clause if Solo
You really
is
want
a
me to
part of the
wrestle
deal?
drunk ass Jericho? This is what you want me to do on your company? And
What
old
would
ass
To-
fucking Sting?
What would Tony have to trade for Solo Sikoa? Or is Roman Reigns be doing that trade? He's like, oh no, Solo
You
Sting.
can't touch any of the fucking
The bloodline's
the bloodline.
untouchable. Oh,
Not
no,
even,
it's like-
not even Jimmy or Jay. You can't touch them either.
no.
what would Tony Khan trade for AJ Styles? Would he offer any package for AJ at this point in his career, or there's no point? AJ Styles, time has passed him by.
Yeah,
I
time
would say Christian, but then Vince doesn't like Christian, so that
No, I don't think Triple H likes Christian.
Vince will veto that from his fucking hospital room. Like, I may have a
Time
bad back,
passing
but my
by.
fingers work. No.
Oh, but Vince, you're giving us a dinosaur, man. No, I love AJ. He's my friend. We talk about politics all the time. Damn it.
And
Braun
yep.
breaker for Wardlow. Who says
Oh.
no?
Oh, Triple H says no. Wardlow in the mud. He's gonna be all like, wait a minute, man. You lost your passport? Oh no.
shake your
Braun's pretty sick.
So you lost your passport.
Yeah. Triple H would be all like, hey, what do you mean? Wait, so when are you gonna get a new one? Oh, next year. Why are you waiting so long, man? Just getting that. Oh, that's delays. Oh, yeah. Let me call Tony real quick. Yeah, deal's off, man. I don't want Wardlow anymore. No, Braun's really not that good anyway. He's just a spear. That's it. No, Tony. No, Tony. I already sent it to the league office. It's vetoed. You can have Ronda. I'll give you Ronda. I don't want Ronda. What does Ronda do for me, Paul? What does he do for me? I don't know. Do something. That's how it'll go. Triple H will think, oh, what? He wants to give me Wardlow, and then he finds out Wardlow doesn't have a passport. Then he wants to trade vetoed.
hell no, Braun Breaker. This
It's
is
interesting because it's like there's a
Wardlow.
lot of people that Tony would ask for in WWE, but then at the same time, Triple H is not asking for much from AEW.
Yeah, I feel like Triple H, if he just wants his boys back. He just wants Malachi, Adam Cole, and stuff back. Like that's what he's.
Kyle O'Reilly.
Oh, dude, Triple H would make the most random trade. You know how like sometimes like in baseball you see those random trades. You're like, wait, they really traded that player for that player? That'll be for Kyle O'Reilly. Like we'll see like Kyle O'Reilly, and they'll be like Trick Williams was in the trade. Like, wait, did Triple H really just trade Trick Williams for Kyle O'Reilly? And it's like, yep, he did. He wanted him back.
Give me back the Undisputed Era, and we'll give you back Hit Row. That way they can bring
Reunite
back
with
fucking
Swerve.
Swerve into the fold.
Out
Reunite them.
I could see that too. Like, wait, Triple H, you traded that much for Kyle O'Reilly? I like him. He's great. Cool man, Kyle.
and they'll cover the medical bill. They'll cover it.
Oh, man. Who else?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just-
Kyle
it's
O'Reilly.
just-
He loves that guy.
It's
Yeah.
just there's not a lot of people Triple H is asking for from AEW.
Yeah, that's true.
And
It's
the
just
ones that
whoever
he
he
would
likes.
ask for, Tony's gonna be like, "You're giving up one of your biggest top stars," and WWE's gonna be like, "Hell, fucking no," because Roman's
Yeah.
so
No.
perfect. Like,
Or
they'll
the
never trade
request.
Charlotte, and I know that's one that Tony will absolutely be like, "I'm asking for fucking Charlotte Flair," and Vince and WWE will unanimously be like, "Hell, fucking no." Seth's untouchable. Roman and the Bloodline's untouchable. Charlotte's untouchable. Becky's untouchable.
Yeah,
Who would-
AEW wastes their
Like-
untouchable spots on like Chris Jericho. Like they're gonna be like, "Oh, Jericho's untouchable," and WWE's like, "Yeah, we weren't gonna ask for him anyways. I don't know why you made him untouchable."
But
No,
Sammy
Tony
Guevara-
Khan, you
but
would
Sammy
make a
Guevara's the future.
He would put an untouchable on Sammy, and Triple H is like, "Wait up, you didn't use it on Darby or Jack Perry?" No, Sammy. Oh, that's weird, man. I don't know. He's kind of lame. He loves Sammy.
Does he went to his wedding?
Oh, he would make Daniel Garcia untouchable too. Like, wait, Daniel Garcia's untouchable? What the fuck? Like, he was part
Vince will be asking for him. He's like, I love when he shakes his ass.
Oh yeah, Vance is a Daniel Garcia.
I didn't think I broke my back. I was trying to do that. Do 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 do.
Frantic World, Bobby Fish is a different story, man, because Bobby Fish is nothing without Kyle O'Reilly, who's Triple H's favorite. He loves Kyle.
Or Adam, for that matter.
And
yeah,
Bobby
no, but I'm
Fish is
saying he loves
replaceable.
Kyle. He literally was pushing Kyle to the moon.
Scripts
for grab. Oh, dude. I think Tony Khan would do great work with Reggie, so he would say yes to that trade. Reggie's great. It's just he's in a terrible gimmick.
His gimmicks all suck.
You know who needs to be saved though is Axiom. I love that guy, and I feel bad for him. He's like, he has a good concept, horrible gimmick. You know what? Axiom for Jack Perry. Jack Perry can use it.
Well, Chase, you know why they put Axiom in a mask, right? You know why? Come on now. You know why.
No.
I'm not
You're not saying this joke. You're not saying this joke.
Why is he ugly?
No, so
you know where he's going with this.
Oh, so he who shall not be named doesn't have to go after him. You know what I mean?
Because he used to be a kid, and that guy's no longer
in NXT.
in the
you're so sick.
So they had to hide a kid away from him.
Put him in a mask.
You're terrible, Steve. I'll see you in hell, Steve. I'll just say that. I'll see you in hell. But anyways, yeah, no, I feel like that would be a great trade. Axiom, he can go back to being a kid in AEW, and then Jack Perry, he gets to work on his promo skills in the Performance Center. I think it's a great trade. I mean, Jack Perry's competing for the FTW title. You're not losing much there.
You know, they could do a trade. They could trade a Road Dogg for Arn Anderson. Road agents, yeah.
No, Tony Khan's gonna say no. Road Dogg hates AEW.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, I forgot.
What the hell? Oh, you know who's also untouchable? Shawn Michaels is untouchable. He's gonna be like, he's gonna make
Triple H will pull up on Tony himself and punch him in the throat. Like, don't you ever ask for him again?
Why'd you take Shawn from me? Damn it! He's my best friend.
Nope.
Jack Perry.
Ooh, Dark Order for. How about Dark Order for
Judgment Day.
Valhalla, Viking Raiders, and Bray Wyatt. And you have to throw in Bray Wyatt.
You know, I think that's actually a good trade because, like, you know, Triple H would. Well, I don't know what he would do with Dark Order, but he would keep him in NXT.
He is a Malachi Black guy. You get to pair back Buddy Matthews with fucking Rhea, which now makes it interesting with the whole Dominic shit.
Well, you said Dark Order. You said House of Black too.
Oh yeah, damn it.
I was gonna say, I was like, when did Malachi Black join the Dark Order? Oh no, if it's House of Black for Valhalla and Bray Wyatt, oh hell no. Tony's saying no to that. He's gonna ask for more. Valhalla's not enough. He might ask for Alpha Academy. He'd be like, throwing Alpha Academy. I'll say yes. I love Chad Gable. Oh, you know what he might do? He'll be like, no, you know, screw Valhalla. Give me Street Profits and Alpha Academy, and Bray Wyatt for House of Black. And then Triple H will have to think about that because
Triple H will say absolutely not, because then Street Profits going means Bianca's going too.
Yeah, exactly. And then also he loses
that's
Montez.
Another untouchable for WWE.
Yep. Triple H won.
Well, okay, so what would Triple H calls Tony? He goes, "Hey man, look, just calling. What can I do to get Alistair and Andrade back? What's the trade package to get Alistair and Andrade back? This is how we're going to end it. We're building the winning trade package to get Alistair and Andrade back to WWE. Triple H, just knowing that he won't get Adam Cole, he's okay. Kyle O'Reilly, he's out, but he just wants those two back in the Fed. Who's he trading for?
Okay, he's giving away
AJ Styles and
I like
the
that.
artist formerly known as Butch, aka Pete Dunne.
He likes Pete Dunne, though, so I don't think he will give up too much on Pete Dunne. But AJ Styles, I do agree. I think Vince would be upset about AJ Styles.
The Rock returns tomorrow night. SummerSlam 20. Oh, I forgot where he's from. It's already Friday, so keep that in mind. So,
hey, Joe Robinson, where's your source?
Hopefully, it's Peruvian select. Yeah, Walt, you should be in bed, bro. I'm about to knock out myself. I gotta Be up early tomorrow.
Steve, help with this trade package. We already got AJ Styles on the block. Who else is getting traded for Alistair and Malachi to come back to the Fed?
Butch.
No, I said Butch.
I literally
I said
said
Triple H
that.
likes Butch.
Sheamus.
Sheamus is never leaving WWE.
But Triple H don't care. Hey man, I saw that interview. You said we killed your momentum. Go see how your momentum dies over there. You die pretty fast. That's Miro. You're his neighbor, right?
True.
Oh,
They do live in Nashville. I forgot.
okay. I think
AJ
that's it.
and Drew.
For I like that. Yes, AJ. Hey, look, AJ, we love you. We know you'll come back eventually and stuff like that. Hi, man. Thank you so much for having me, man.
But you'll never be the guy in WWE, Drew. But you actually have a legitimate chance to be the guy in AEW, and it makes more sense.
Yeah, exactly. And then AJ Styles ends his career in AEW, comes back to be a coach in WWE. Perfect. And then Triple H gets
TNA
I
Hall
love
of
this
Fame.
trade. I love this trade. That's such a great trade. AJ and Drew for Andrade and oh my god, that's such. I would love that too. I'd be so stoked if that happened in real life. I'd be like, great.
Alistair can do his own thing, and you can always slide. You have Andrade where you can always slide him with Charlotte, or you can always slide him with LWO and repair Andrade with Zelina. There's so many things you can do with Andrade in WWE, and
then also too,
he'll find
like
space for Alistair.
If you really want House of Black too, you can just give the Bullet Club or whatever the club to them too. You can give them Doc Gallows and Carl Anderson and Michin. You can just say, y'all go to AEW, and Elite won't complain. They get Carl Anderson, Bullet Club Gold gets a little bit stronger.
Gets to go with her husband.
Yeah, exactly. See, I like that trade. I like that trade a lot.
Yes. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's about that time we finally put a bow on this. Put a bow on this. Yes. I want to thank you all for tuning in today. I want to thank Justin for joining us today. Thank you for being here, man. We hope to have you back here down the road. But let everyone know, where can they check you out? What you got going on, man?
Oh, a lot of things going on. So you can find me on all social media platforms. It's Justin Rich. As soon as I finish up here, I gotta go record my video for Justin Rich Talks NXT The Great American Bash. I'm finally found some time to get around to it. Finally, we watched the pay-per-view, put everything together. So we're gonna be doing a review for that. You can catch me Wednesday nights on Twitch from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for TWG Fan Club, myself, Queen PR, Brian H. Waters, and Ciendo B. We talk things wrestling. Tuesday nights, 6:35 p.m. on Twitter Spaces for Turnbuckle Talk with Mimi and Corey. We talk all things wrestling. True Hill Heat Sports and True Hill Heat Wrestling. Both channels are located on YouTube where you see me pop on, talk sports, wrestling, and all that fun stuff. We here, we outside, we active. Have fun at SummerSlam, guys.
Yeah, yes, of course. Thank you, man. But again, guys, thank you all again. If you are new to the Around the Point Network YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button down below, hit the thumbs up, hit the bell notification. You can follow Around the Point Network on X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it, at
Social
AT
media.
Point. On social media at AT Point Network. You can follow me on social media at Heel Steven. Chase, let them know where can they check you out, man.
X at Chase Lauder 68. This Sunday, make sure you guys tune in to ATP Gaming. We are doing ATP Dominion, not in Osaka J Hall, because WWE does not have Osaka for whatever reason in their video game, but we'll be doing Dominion on Sunday with Walter. And maybe Sunday afternoon, I might do a SummerSlam review. So on the AT Point Network channel. So
yes,
stay tuned.
And of course, Big Mike, let them know. Where can they check out the ATP UK champion?
Yeah, you can follow me on X at Detroit Gamer 313. Also, man, it's a big weekend ahead of me and us.
Yes.
We're gonna have a ball.
Oh,
and it's gonna
be a
be
movie.
cinema. It's gonna be cinema, not a movie. It's gonna be cinema.
It's gonna be cinema, yeah. So myself and Walter will be heading to Detroit tomorrow, and Monday there will be a Steve's Kitchen. We'll talk about the weekend in SummerSlam. So make sure you guys tune in for that on Monday. Literally, I'm about to hit the bed. I gotta be up by 7-ish in the morning. I got a flight to catch, and I'll be in Detroit. Hopefully, United doesn't screw me over this time like last time, and that stuff. Well, I came back from Cuba, but thank you all again for tuning in. You guys have been awesome as always. We appreciate all of you. But again, in case you missed it, we did do a Raw rundown. We also did Steve's Kitchen. We talked about everything that happened over this past weekend.
You know what you guys need to do? You guys need to make time, go watch ATP Gaming Night 7, Part 1 and Part 2 of the G1 Climax. Now, if you don't want to watch all of Part 1, just watch the last 30 minutes as Steve fights for his life to get into the play-in versus Will Ospreay, and then watch all of Night 7. Night 7 Part 2 is quite possibly one of my favorite episodes we ever did. Did Romeo and I survive being in the Mud Rumble? Spider-Man, did he remain undefeated in the G1? And then most important of all, did Steve advance? Did he win the play-in match against Will Ospreay, the aerial assassin? It was a great show. Y'all got to check it out. Gotta check it out. It's amazing.
It's amazing. Yeah, it's amazing. Again, when we come back, we'll be making some announcements as well with this channel. But yeah, thank you all again. Thank you, Justin. But again, guys, for myself, for Big Mike, for Walter, for Chase, for Justin, for the gang, thank you all. This has been Around the Point here on the Around the Point Network. Good night, everyone.
Thank you. Fuck you. Bye.
Oh, I mean, if that's the case,
Suck it.
If that's the case,
you didn't play the clip.
Thank you. Fuck you. Bye.
Suck it.
The greatest clip ever.
Or a Monday.
Listen. Fuck up. Get out.
Well, it ain't Monday, so suck it.
Oh, dude, Steve, when he sees that this video wasn't monetized because of that clip. Gordon Ramsay.